It is
Gotcha.
January 1776. You are a group of investigators working in league with the Revolution. Just a week ago, you received a letter from Henry Jones, your mysterious rebel benefactor. One of his spies, Miriam, was last seen heading towards Boston carrying an important object of power that leaders in the besieged city need. You must find out what happened to her. You have been dispatched to Trenton, New Jersey, in the middle of winter. Finding Miriam in Trenton should be easy. The village is small, and Miriam is a tall, red haired woman of English and indigenous descent. During your travel. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to read that yet. I apologize. Or was I? Yeah, oh, cool. Great job, me. I swear I read through this. Uh, Sorry, continuing my text. During your travel to Trenton, you met a kindly old Quaker named Livingston Hobb, who walked the road with you and shared some friendly stories. Arriving at dusk, an inviting warm light comes from the Fish and Fin Tavern, welcoming you to Trenton. This seems like as good a place as any to start your investigations for the rebel spy. So we've got ourselves a nice and fancy tavern, not too far away. More or less, in the welcoming, if not exact center of Trenton, New Jersey. Uh, as far as you're concerned, your feet are frozen over with the cold, with the mud, right, with the weariness of the road. Um, and boy, just nothing sounds better than a good hearty meal, perhaps some ale if you imbibe, and a nice bed, reasonably free of critters.
I have one question
Yeah,
before I make my decision.
sure.
Is New Jersey the same crap hole it is now? Then.
Yes, that is correct.
Excellent. I still choose to partake in the staying at an inn.
Yeah, I mean it still beats sleeping outside.
Yeah.
All right.
It is midwinter.
Yeah, it is midwinter.
A little ice
So
aged. Watch
so
out for that.
let's have you start, Devin. What you can go ahead and introduce yourself, narrate what it is that your character is doing, and you're first through the door into the Fish and Fin Tavern.
Okay. The Fish and Fin Tavern. Sorry, let me write that down first.
Fish and Fin Tavern, that's correct.
All right. As soon as Pierre Laurent walks through the doors of the tavern, he scans the room looking for potential marks and or people he perceives as followers of the wrong way.
Whoa.
Yes.
Which is the right way again? Remind me.
Mine.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, you see the room's absolutely stuffed with people, right? There's a pretty good amount of people, a pretty impressive amount of people for being like just a touch past dark. Normally you would have expected a lot more people to have gone home already, but it looks like they're lingering into a late supper and perhaps a round of drinks or two.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because there are so many people here after a long day's work and in tight areas, the stink of body odor hits you pretty quickly.
Nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Do I got to make a save or anything?
No, this is life in 1776. People stink. I don't know
they,
when
they haven't
they
they haven't invented deodorant.
Yeah, they haven't invented deodorant yet. I will say that as you're kind of the first one through the door, you're the first one to really kind of get the impact of like, there's a little bit of like, all right, who's that guy, right? What was probably some hearty conversations that were happening and some laughs kind of quiet down to a dull roar, and you hear the scraping of spoons on bowls and people shuffling around a little bit, creaking of chairs as everyone kind of
Okay.
tries to get a look at who you are.
I would like to notate that I am wearing a fashionable hat.
And
And
that's it.
I dress fashionably, all together. And despite not needing a cane because I don't have any limp or anything, bad legs, I still walk with a cane as a
You throw him off your
Uh,
trail.
Yeah, throw him off my trail as like maybe a little bit of a superiority thing.
Okay.
And I will try and find a table that is relatively sparse if that is available.
Sure.
And I will order food and ale.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have scrutinize trained?
Let me see.
Hmm.
I have charm, eavesdrop, folklore, gamble, guile, rumor, scrutinize. I do.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and roll a scrutinize, this is not to see if there's a table open, but to begin getting some information about the situation. So it's a
And
D100
how?
system. You're going to roll under. Does scrutinize have a governing stat body attached to it?
It just says skill rank scrutinize on this list.
Okay, let me pull it up really quick because I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I would assume that it's perception.
That is my instinct as well.
Yeah.
Scrutinize. Scrutinize is in fact perception. So because you're trained in it, you'll add an additional 10, and you will roll to get your stat exactly right, plus 10 or under.
Okay. And I get plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
Nice. Look at that. So I will say the camera is going to pan away from you, right? It's going to focus on your friends and compatriots coming in. But the first thing you notice is like as all of these people are kind of sizing you up and looking at you, there are a lot more people that are you recognize travelers out here that are heading away from the fight, not towards it. You get a lot of people who maybe don't support the rebellion, as it turns out. Maybe you're fine with the way things are, or maybe looking to make some money, turning tail. You can do with that what you will. Who would like to be next through the door? Is this a good spot for you, Dan, if you want to do it and then step aside a sec?
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so my character, a frail but average height and aged man, Samuel Dumont, walks through the door. Just follows his companion. I'm sorry, you said your name was Pierre?
Yes.
Pierre follows Pierre through the door, just grabs a seat next to him. Doesn't pay much mind to the people around him, but is looking more specifically to the service in the tavern, the keepers, barkeepers, and whoever's taking orders for food. He's looking to kind of get a deal. He's a little strapped for cash.
Okay. So you head right up to the front of the place then.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's kind of like eyeballing the main person there up and down, looking for any kind of like signs of injury or maybe like some underlying health problem or something like that.
You're just gonna pick on him?
Indirectly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say looking at like whatever the barkeep happens to be, he just looks fairly rough and tumble. You don't see anything kind of jumping out at you, but somebody that he's chatting with as you kind of came up, right, looks like he's kind of eyeballing you a little, right? He's giving you the sideways glance. He's trying to figure out what you're doing as you're trying to read the situation a little.
Yeah, I guess I'd place my order looking for maybe like a basic like leek soup and an ale.
Oh, yeah.
Something of that nature.
Okay.
And kind of just wait to hear how much. If it's expensive, I'm gonna try to offer services in exchange for a much lighter cost on the table.
Okay. Yeah, I believe then we're talking about some sort of.
I do have a skill rank in bargain.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there haggle? Yeah, I'm good with bargain.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean prices are not jumping out at me for a meal. I know I quoted them the last time we did this, but
2
That's-
shillings.
That's fine.
yeah.
Don't know what that means.
Oh, did you just find it?
No.
Oh,
I saw money stuff, and I am
an
trying to still
alligator
wrap my-
hide is 10 shillings.
Let's see.
Now we know.
A sterling is the most expensive money you can have, and pence is the least expensive, and a shilling is in between.
Are you able to roll, Danla?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I roll here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So you're using
It is
gamble.
bargain, which is a
Here we go.
fellowship.
I found lodging and food in Article 5.
Yeah, I've got it up. I just can't look at both things. So what's the price?
Yeah. Pitcher of ale, pot of tea, shot of rum. Supper and breakfast averages 3 pence.
3 pence. Yeah. So I mean, you probably come in at 4. You're travelers. He thinks he might be able to get one over on you.
Yeah. So, I'll make 2 pence, and I help you with whatever ails you.
Most travelers are just looking to come in and leave. How long you staying? You trying to get a room?
Look over to his companion Pierre and just kind of nod to see if he heard that, and say,
I'll nod.
yeah,
I'll
looking
nod
for a room?
back.
Yep. Yeah, so room would be good.
Goes, okay. Interesting. Well, normally I'm not much for strangers rolling in out of town, but he points. He says, but you walked Old Man Hob down here? And that's the kindly Quaker who was coming down with you.
Mm-hmm.
Who just waves.
Oui.
All right, 2 pence. 2 pence, and you're going to get to scrubbing as soon as you're done.
D'accord.
The other guy just, finally slides over to you, and he's like, don't mind honest day's work, huh?
No. Any way I can help a fellow man?
He stuffs his hand out at you. He goes, Stacy. William Stacy.
Somewell.
Been here for a while.
What do you do here, Stacy?
You might say I own the place. I just keep our man here Horst honest. And the guy behind the bar chuckles.
Do you have any sick, any family maybe sick? I can help.
Can't say I do as much. You a doctor?
Somewhat. I deal in medicines, natural medicines.
Oh, a pharmacist then.
You could say.
Goes, well, which is it, man?
I take what's in nature, and I leave what ails you.
Yeah, his eyes narrow. Did you shake his hand quickly? Did you not shake it at all?
It would have been a very soft shake.
Okay. Yeah,
You gave him the dead fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Didn't really resist, but it was like, a little frail guy. Just don't grab on too tight. Just
right.
kinda
Yeah,
flap
he
his
like
hand
looks.
around.
He looks at his hand now. And he looks at you. So for those of us that are just kind of getting into this, trying to figure out what's happening here, I am playing the role of the historian tonight, but Tom will be keeping me honest in the role of the historical accuracy department. So Tom, if I called Dan's character a hippie, would that be acceptable?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, it's your game.
Okay, what insult could I make about insinuating that he is some filthy damn hippie?
This guy would probably say that he belongs to any religious denomination that he doesn't personally belong to.
Ah, interesting. Okay, right. So what?
You're a Presbyterian or an Anglican or, God forbid, a Catholic or something crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
Some other piece of hideous slander.
So William Stacy is the middle-aged colonial man, which I don't think has anything to do with his religious affiliation. But if I had to say he was, he has enough money to keep ownership of the Fish and Fin Tavern. He's mid-aged in 1776, and if he's colonial, he is not. He was born and raised here. What would that
He's
more than
probably
likely make him?
Protestant.
Well, yeah.
Makes him Protestant. Is that the guys with the buckle hats?
Those are the Quakers.
Oh, that's okay. That's
Well,
Hob.
they'd be Puritans, or I think nowadays they'd be Congregationalists. But yeah, anyways, it doesn't really matter. He'd be like, what are you, a Baptist or something?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. We're going to do that a couple times tonight. Anytime I can get into a weird quagmire and then just deflect it onto you, I will do so.
Oh yeah, I am aware that I invoked this.
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he insinuates that you are perhaps a religion different than his and are therefore inferior in many capacities. Not like rudely. He doesn't stand on top of the bar and start screaming. But suddenly his maybe this guy's not so bad, this weird little squirt. And now he doesn't. Now he thinks you're bad.
I just kind of give him an absent stare and look up at him, almost expressionless for a moment, and then the corner of my mouth twitches a little bit, and I say, "No, but whatever makes you feel better."
And he kind of, right, because he had swung over to talk to you a little bit. Now he's swung back the other way. He's grumbling and looking the other direction. All right, Tom. Take me there.
Minnetonka strides into the room. he is a very tall man.
Oh, yeah?
And stooped. He's a native man, but he is dressed like a colonial, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Dressed fairly well, all things considered.
Nice.
He takes his hat off inside, and he sort of makes his way over to I don't know if there's a fire or a stove in here, but wherever the heat is.
Yeah, there's a roaring fire going.
Because it has been a long walk, and I am very cold.
Okay. Yeah, you have no trouble moving over, to the fire. People are not lingering at it very much, though from time to time someone does walk by and warm up momentarily. It is a good hearth. It is a warm flame, and in fact, you notice, right, there is nothing soft about this room. Everything is rough chopped wood and everything, right? These are salt of the earth people. And it is cold in this room unless you are on the fire. Obviously it's warmer than being outside, right? So you might not notice very much, but like you said, you're very cold.
Yeah, I imagine with a big crowded room, there's probably also a fair bit of body heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with that extra stink like we were talking about before.
Yeah, I would imagine that there's probably not a chair available, so I'm down. I'll honestly just stand or squat near the fire and warm myself up while I leaf through my Bible.
Sure. So I have a difficult question for you.
Yeah.
How do you wear your vocation on your sleeve? Do your party members know who you are and what you do?
They know that I'm a very pious man.
Okay. But maybe not necessarily the specifics within.
I mean, I don't know what even a sin, I don't really understand in the context of the setting what a sin eater's job, that's not a job, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like some liberties have been taken with specifically what, how, and where. And it from what I've read, it seems to be a little bit vague. But the idea is basically that you are empowered by God to take on and cleanse the sins of others. Typically, the eating is metaphorical in nature, right? Like
Right.
when Jesus said, take the bread, it is my body.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So I guess that they would think of me as like a preacher or holy man of some kind.
Okay. Because as it turns out, right, what was his name? Hold on, I gotta scroll up. I think it was Livingston Hobb. It's definitely Hobb. Yeah, it's Livingston Hobb, the Quaker that you met along on the road with, who was headed this way. He's also quite religious as well.
Yeah.
He kind of learned about it, some many years ago at Oxford, and he was headed this way. He's very slow. He's very sluggish. He's an old, stooped man, right? And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I've gone and forgotten your name again.
It is all right. I am Manitaqua.
Manitaqua, that's right. Yeah, I enjoyed our conversations. Are you adult, young, middle-aged?
Oh, I'm aging.
You're aging? Okay, yeah. So there's a kindred spirit there, because he is elderly.
Right.
It's like, I enjoyed all of our conversations. It's rare to find someone that truly understands, appreciates, and has internalized the Lord. I wish I could stay. It's nice to be out, and it's nice to chat with people, but I apologize. I do need to hustle on home, you remember, of course.
Yes, of course. Where's he from? Probably. Where's he headed?
He lives in Trenton.
Oh, he lives in Trenton.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I actually don't remember why he had been traveling, but where'd it go? Because he is trying to get home to, and I don't want to spoil it, he wants to get home to his dog. Now I can't find the name of the dog. It was like Boffer or Boofer or something like that. It was something cute.
Rufus.
No, it was not Rufus. Where'd it go?
Biffer,
What
Boffer, Bomber.
story?
Yeah, it might have been Biffer. It actually might have been Biffer. It actually doesn't say. It just says he just can't stick around long. He's got to let the dog out for the evening constitutional.
Excellent.
Hey, man, I just run the module.
All right.
But he nods. Manitaqua? Manitaqua. I'm trying to write them phonetically so I can do it. So I've got Pierre Lemont, something Dumont.
Samwell.
Was it?
Samwell?
Somwell? Like a sommelier?
Like Samuel.
Closer to Samuel, but
Samuel Dumont?
Yeah.
And Manitaqua.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that my last name was so similar to the other one.
I mean, you're both French. And I'm also, putting a little bit of an accent on it. Pierre Lemont, Samuel Dumont, and Manitaqua. Okay. We'll just say it about 6 more times and then I'll remember.
Okay.
So he nods. He thanks you for, traveling with him. He, kind of looks at the door and looks at like the mass of people and starts kind of plotting his exit, right?
Sir, if I may, do you believe it is wise to leave so soon after arriving? Surely you should warm yourself and eat first.
Old Biffer, he I gotta get home. He's gonna be unhappy with me as it is. The fire is nice. He holds his hands up a little bit. Devin, did you want to remark on anything? Does Pierre want to remark on anything with the little scrutinized check he passed? He doesn't have to. I want to give everybody a second to make sure that they've done what they were looking to do in the tavern.
No, I guess he was more like, since we are looking for Miriam the spy, correct?
Yeah, she may not be publicly announcing that she's a spy, but
Yeah, I wouldn't.
yeah.
But I would like to, like, I wanted to find a spot so I could like eavesdrop on the conversations of
Oh yeah,
of
you
what's
wanna
happening.
right?
I definitely want to hear what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to fire off either a rumor or it's Biffer. The dog's name is Biffer. I found it. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah,
That was
you
a
wanna-
random guess. I just started naming dwarves from The Hobbit, and that was the first one.
nice. I have both eavesdrop and rumor.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with either. They get you different things. So whatever you think is more accurate to what you're doing.
I guess Eve. What is the difference between eavesdrop and rumor?
Rumor is active. Eavesdrop is just catch what they're talking about. Rumor is I'm going to swap stories with you, and I'm going to let you guide the conversation, but I'm going to poke at things I want until you tell me where the treasure of the Sierra Madre is.
Okay, that's what I was thinking it was. Okay, I want to eavesdrop first, and then if I hear anything interesting, I'll move over and do some rumor stuff.
Okay.
And that would be a perception as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is the same as before.
Okay.
0 success.
Oh. You know, I spent all that time talking about how we were going to move it into Roll20, and then I forgot to set it up. Give me one sec. I mean, I haven't put a map up yet, so that's not thrilling, but I should at least have the dice. Did we roll for coins? We did roll for coins.
Did we?
Well, everyone else did. Okay. Okay, so you got a success. Oh, no, you did not get a
No.
success. Okay.
I cannot hear them. My French ears are not accustomed to the English language currently, even though I can speak it.
Yeah, so the only rumor you get is a couple people kind of more loudly than you would expect. It's like almost bragging, like, well, I heard Boston won't hold anymore. I heard Boston's going to fall. And then somebody kind of mumbles, like, George Washington's going to smash the Loyalists. And then there's, like a heavy scraping of chairs as everyone kind of turns to look at who mouthed off. But nobody owns up to that comment. It just kind of got out into the world somehow.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Are there degrees of success in this game, or is it just
I don't
pass
think I've
the-
seen it, but I personally am a fan of it just to kind of understand, sometimes.
Because when you posted the magic spells, it mentioned critical success and
Yeah.
failures.
That is a matched either above or below, which is not what happened here.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
44 would have done it for you, but in a 55 would be a crit fail. I think it's also
Yeah.
a 1 or a 100. I would want to double check that though.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I do personally like degrees of success just to kind of understand, because otherwise I think it defaults to just the bonus, which is like very like if you're better at it, you're just always better at it, and there's no gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I am unsuccessfully listening to people.
That's fine.
Too many conversations.
So then we'll slide on over to I forget how you wanted to pronounce it. Samuel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Samuel Dumas.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna hit anything in particular, or are you tucking into your meal?
Let me see. I guess I would kind of. I'm trying to look at my skills and see like anything that I could.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a
Use
rumor.
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've not really endeared yourselves to these people, but you could begin trying to reverse some of that.
Yeah, I guess I would try to go for the rumor because I do have that skill rank as well.
And say alternatively, you could try charm, but you're going to be starting with a penalty.
Yeah, I don't think that would work for me. Also, I don't have great fellowship, which is apparently rumor. Is that what that is?
I would assume fellowship
Rumor is fellowship, yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a shot because I am trained in it.
Okay.
Or I have one skill rank in it.
Cool.
I'm trying to remember some of the things that you said they were talking about Boston not holding.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of loyalists in this bar. That'd be the first thing you've noticed. So who you are and what you do, you may not want to be very upfront about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would try to lean into one of those. Maybe like the Boston Hold. Need some good historical reference here, though.
Yeah, you can just poke about it.
Yeah, just kind of talking about like asking why, like what's happening in Boston. Where's the city struggling? What are the loyalists encountering like the most dissent among?
Okay. Fire off a roll there.
Yeah. So what bonuses am I using here? Just roll a d100.
Yeah, it's a D100. You said you wanted rumor, right?
Yeah.
So it's whatever your fellowship was plus 10.
Okay. So d100 plus 45 then.
No, you're rolling under. So you roll a D100. You compare it to whatever your fellowship is plus 10. So that sets your target number. So 12 is very good. There's almost no way you failed.
Okay, yeah. Target would be 45.
Right.
Okay.
Your fellowship's a 35.
Yes, fellowship is 35.
Yeah.
Plus the 10. Yep.
If you put the D100 less than whatever you're looking for, it'll tell you if you succeed or fail.
I see.
Yeah, Devin likes cool roll 20 things. I'm too dumb to make them work.
I haven't seen any. I've never seen that before. But yes. So yeah, 12 versus 45.
Oh, sorry. Tom was correcting my historical inaccuracies.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean it's me misinterpreting the text, which stinks because I think I did that last time too. Okay, so you actually get something. So there's not a lot of conversation that stays around the revolution and everything, right? Like there's a couple rumors of like people having to flee Boston because it's dangerous, right? There's they're like, oh, we're looking for a few good patriots, right? Whoever was kind of, mentioning that sort of thing going on, right? That's like, yeah, there's always good coin to join the revolution. And the room just kind of murmurs over it. It doesn't really take that. But something that you might find interesting is, as you're kind of swapping stories and somebody's like, I heard you did medicines. Good old nature stuff.
We?
Somebody was telling me there's a lady out, just in the fields, just south of Trenton. She's been seen pulling up herbs, weeds, all kinds of stuff. She's been there most mornings, the early hours, but nobody seems to know who she is. And when you go call out to her, she just always kind of seems to get on out of there.
What does she look like?
Well, I mean, you can't get close. Obvious? She runs. You get right out.
Any? I guess like, did she run into the woods? I guess is what I'm looking for. Like, where did they see where she run?
I don't know. I haven't seen her. I just my buddy was out drinking like a week ago. He said he saw her. Said she was cute, but didn't see anything. So, Tom, would they say cute in this era?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not an oracle.
I demand.
He fancied
answers.
her.
I feel like they would say adorable.
Yeah, fancies. He fancied her. Something fierce. Yeah, I mean, and he's just feeding into your herbalist background.
Lust is sinful.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I think that's something that. Did we have any description of Miriam from like our sources?
Yeah, she is tall, redheaded, English and indigenous woman.
Okay, so I feel like they probably would have said if she like stood out in that way.
Right.
So maybe not the same, but maybe a good lead.
Gotcha. Now that being said, Manitonkwa.
Yeah.
Did I hit that right? You got it.
Yeah.
You got close. Yeah. You got anything you want to? You got anything you're doing? That's just what I read. So when I read that, you know what I mean.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. No problem.
That's okay. I'm gonna provide it as feedback. It's like, hey, for idiots that don't know history.
Yeah. Yeah. The book has definitely got to come with a primer on some stuff. What am I doing? So she's not in this bar, right? We didn't see her. I didn't see a tall, redheaded.
Yeah,
All right.
unfortunately not.
Unfortunate. I'm still talking with this Quaker man.
No,
Right.
he's moved on. I mean, unless you were like, hey, right? Like he warmed up for a minute. He nodded once.
It's
And
good if I say like, then I consign you to the mercy of God.
what does he say?
No, that's what I say to him.
Oh, well,
Yeah, that I can.
that's a good
Well,
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he nods and smiles, and I
All
don't
right.
I don't imagine the Quakers go around like crossing very often, do they?
It's really more of a Catholic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like
And you don't want to be one of those, do you?
I'm made for any game but this, I think. I don't know, history or religion. I'm just like, I don't know. Has he got the rosary beads out? Is that cool?
Also
No, he's
Catholic.
Oh no! Oh no! The loyalists and the rebels would both stop what they're doing to beat the shit out of you if you busted out a pair of rosary beads. They'd be like, "Well, whatever else."
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Maybe
Jeez.
an English bastard, but at least you're not a Catholic English bastard.
Damn papists! Oh god! All right. Didn't they say in the front of the book that we're not supposed to be doing that? All right.
Probably.
Yeah, probably this exact thing. Actually.
I apologize for nothing.
I love it because I frequently forget, Devin, that you had, some more formal like religious upbringing.
Yeah, my mom taught Bible school.
Yeah, because like I got kicked out of Sunday school, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So
Just
she's
a
not
little,
here.
just a little
But
tidbit for our viewers.
did I hear the little bit about? Oh, there's a strange woman outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're all players here.
All right.
There's only like 7 sound bites for this whole bar. Like, come on, it's the first bar. You think we spent the whole budget here?
Yeah.
We didn't.
Look at all the
One
people
is-
we hired.
We have generic din number 7 playing in the background.
It actually gets recycled in the future city, which is cool.
Okay. I'm going to, upon hearing that, I will approach that man who said that, and I will. Excuse me. I could not help but overhear.
Well, that's impressive. The din at this bar, it's like it's cranked all the way to 7.
What?
All right, because it's the olden days, and it only went to 7 back then.
Exactly.
They didn't have 8 to 10.
Right,
I get
or
it.
11.
I like how you recycled both the din and the 7.
All right. Says, can you tell me where this place is, or where this woman resides? I should wish to meet her.
I think you and just most of the eligible bachelors in town, but yeah, okay. And he gets out like, oh, this is perfect. Look at this. I got the map ready, and I didn't get the map ready. I'm lying. I didn't get the map ready, but I've got us into a roll 20, so specifically so if I wanted to draw, I could. The only thing I wish is that I had an actual tablet so I could make this drawing look a little bit worse than the mouse is going to. So he's like, okay, so what you gotta understand, all right? Hold on. And he's doing this on the top of the bar in like wet, right? Whatever like condensation that exists. Right? And he's like, okay, so, figure Trenton's like here. And then you got the river. All right, you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say your name was?
Manitaqua.
All right. He's like, and now you came up from Philly. Yeah. So you came up from that way. Oh, I can't see that on the map. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, so you came up from that way. And now you're over here, next to the fish and the fin. Right, you see him? You see him? You see him? He's happy.
Yeah.
He's like you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so what you want to do, interestingly enough, go on back down. Because we're talking over here. It's over here. She's down here somewhere. And he's just doodling. He's drunk. He's actually drunk.
Where did he get this ink?
It's not ink.
He's just drawing in the condensation.
I'm not there, but I'm disgusted.
It's fine. What is that paper lying around? What do you mean? And he just...
Sir, I thank you very much for these instructions you have given me, but also I must issue you a dire warning. You must retire from this life of sinful excess in which you are admired. Drink is corrosive to the spirit.
She's down here.
I see.
It is...
Heed well my warning.
I love that. Oh, I love it so good. At that exact moment, right, where he's like, she's here. And you say, heed my warning, right? The door bursts open. And a man with panic on his face stumbles in the cold January wind behind him. His clothing disheveled. He looks as though he's been in a fight. And in fact, he yells about having been attacked. That his sons, Charlie and Jack, are missing. And everyone starts rabble-rousing, muttering to themselves, what could have done this?
I will stand and approach the man.
Yeah?
I will
What else we got?
dust the snow off of him. Be, sir, please calm yourself and explain clearly what has happened.
There's no being calm. My boys is missing.
Yes, we'll get Charles and Zachariah back to you.
No! Charlie and Jack. Oh, goodness. The wagon wheel broke down, and that wasn't... I knew we could fix that. You know, it was just going to take some time, but, you know, we got the shipment we were dealing with, and I didn't have all the tools I needed, so I set Charlie up ahead while I started working on the wheel. We must have finished first, and then he was coming. I thought we'd see him on the road, or worse, I'd meet him here coming back with a little bit of help. And then a squall of snow come on up, and the sound of wolves. And me and my other boy, Jack, were running, trying to get out of there. Just leave everything behind. Oh, right. And he's like mumbling and muttering, and you know, the story's getting loud and wild, and everybody's, you know, a little upset. You know, there's two boys missing. That's not good.
How old are your sons, sir?
I am inclined to believe they were like 8 and 13. I don't know that I see it right here, so they're young.
Old enough to survive on their own.
Well, yeah, they're not like 5.
Right.
He sent the 13-year-old ahead to, you know, get help or whatever.
No, I will say that to him. Like, the two of them are old enough to survive on their own. Maybe not in the winter, but
it's like, well, it's winter out there, ain't it?
I guess.
A 13-year-old's probably signing up for militia duties. Emma, is that a joke or is that true?
I mean, it's probably
signing
true,
up for
but...
what?
Militia duties.
I heard Monksha, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, he's a vet already. He's in this bar having a drink. Like, I seen shit.
He's got one eye, just picking his teeth with a knife.
Got shell shock already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear a flute playing, I just lose it.
I will turn to my companions.
Yeah.
I'll say, do you want to help this man?
The Lord will reward us for these good deeds.
Samuel steps. Oh,
Mortal souls will be that much closer to heaven.
Yes.
Yes. Samuel steps forward and he says, Monsieur, you said you heard wolves, did you not?
Yes, with the snow, and then we started to get separated to try not to lose Jack, and then the wolves, and boy, I think we both ran, and I lost sight of him. And somebody put a drink into his hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you
So
can I will also say, you are not the only people moved by this story. Your good friend William Stacy, the actual owner of the bar, is leaving Horst in charge, and is getting a couple people together with lanterns and heavy coats. So
And muskets.
no muskets.
Damn.
So you abandoned your children and neglected your sworn duties as a sacred father.
So I didn't abandon anybody, but Jack got lost and Charlie never came back, and I'm trying to find them both. That's why I'm here. Who's gonna help me? And William Stacy nods, says, "Take us to where you last saw him."
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you gonna get underway?
Yeah, you're all good with that.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
I'm down for a posse.
Okay. Yeah. So a good hustle. So I would say it was probably about 6, maybe getting close on 7, right? Like around mid 6 p.m. when you got there, because it was dark when you arrived, but not like terribly late. But it's some 2 hours to get back to where his wagon broke down. So you have long since left even the outskirts of Trenton, New Jersey.
How heavily is it snowing currently?
Let's see. So we've got some crisp winter air, a dark night with a full moon just starting to peek out from behind the clouds, bathing everything in a sickly pale glow.
Good for tracking. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
But the road itself is actually reasonably clear. Because you're still getting a lot of like mud freezing to your boots more than like snow, trudging through the snow. And like the wagon ruts, right? Or like you're constantly breaking over them, right? Because they've frozen over, but it's just that thin ice. So it's not like an absolute, you're not in the middle of a winter storm or anything.
Right. I would like to kind of near the edges of the road start looking for tracks.
Okay.
I don't think that they classify as an animal, so I probably don't get to substitute anything, but I would also look for any kind of like wolf tracks as well.
Sure. Yeah. So I see a survival test. Is that what you're saying? Or do you have something specific for tracks?
Yeah, part of my trace of life effect is whenever attempting to track a creature classified as an animal or find a place using a sacred tool, substitute incantation in place of other skills required to
nice.
do so.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So fire it off. Fire off the incantation.
Okay. I don't know where I find that though.
So incantation is a willpower derivative, and you have training in it. You have a +10.
Okay. So my willpower is 46. Not bad. Sorry, I have too many windows open.
No, I got the same problem. And then they all kind of look the same, so I snap between each of them with making no progress.
So +10. Yay, just barely. Thank God for that.
Nice. Yes. Let's see. You've got. So he gets you there. Like I said, it took you about 2 hours to get down, to reach the place. The first thing I'll say is that you guys don't need a check to notice that there's not a lot of snow here. You were expecting like a snow squall. You know what I mean? You were expecting like a bevy of snow, and there is not a ton. There's definitely a light dusting, but a squall you would not call it. Now that being said, the mud on the road and the mud on the side of the road, and then like you were looking at the edge, right, when you go up over kind of like where it's been pushed to the sides, you can see that there is a trail, right, in the snow that is built up, on the side and not on the road, into the woods. It is not the
Interesting.
only tracks around here, but you are personally fairly confident that they are of. And it turns out he's 10 years old. The 10-year-old Jack.
Gotcha. So definitely smaller footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would repeat that to the group that's closest. There is a child's footprints. Go this way, into the trees.
Yeah.
I will follow.
Yeah. Where are you at, Manitaqua?
I am also following.
Okay. William Stacy actually splits off. He is keeping very close to, and you didn't get the name yet, but the name is Kelvin Stowe. That is the guy who is missing his two kids. William Stacy's keeping very close to Kelvin Stowe, and he kind of like directs Kelvin into the woods. He's like, "All right, sounds like these strangers here have found something. You come with me." And then he kind of talks to the other team. He's like, "I want you to keep going down the road. I want to see if maybe Jack doubled back and you missed him, or no, because Jack's not in town, right?"
Right.
So you've got William, Stacy, Calvin Stowe, and then the three of you.
Okay.
That's a party.
Yeah. Now that being said, when you get out into the woods, there's all kinds of, like animal trails and runs, right? Like snow that is just falling from the trees, and that's just kind of, that like speckly looking mess it makes, and it kind of just makes nothing look like anything. You ever been in the woods?
Mhm.
You ever been in the
Yes.
woods?
Yeah.
What are trees?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to roll again. You're gonna have to, and this one's actually going to be challenging. So you're gonna take a penalty to it.
Okay. So, what is that?
-10.
For? So just my flat 46 then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yep. 20.
Nice. Okay, so you are able to kind of suss out what's happening there. What is the rest of the group doing here? Specifically, Pierre and Manatonqua, because I know what William and Calvin are doing, and I'll narrate that.
Can I roll awareness to see that whatever danger might have taken these boys does not also take us?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just be on lookout. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
I'm
through that
gonna
off.
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
So I think I'm trying to beat a 57.
Yeah, it's like this guy said wolves, and I don't want to get taken by surprise by them because they're pack hunters and they'll eat us up real quick.
So to be clear, I take my bonus for perception and I add 10 for every rank in the relevant skill, correct?
Yeah, but I imagine most of you will only have one rank in said
Right.
thing.
So I'm going
Were
for
we supposed
my
to buy skills at some point?
no,
you
you
just
got a
get
bunch.
what's there.
Okay.
So my
Just
perception is 47, so that gives me a power bonus of 4 or perception bonus of 4. I have one rank, so 57 is the number I'm trying to beat or
Yes.
trying to get under.
Yeah, 57. 57 or under.
Okay. Hey, I did it.
You did it. Nicely done.
In
Wait.
Vanguard.
Why did you add 4 to your number?
I didn't. Because
Oh.
I don't think so. Yeah, my perception is 47.
Okay,
then-
so
and then
you
10.
said
He was
you
just
said
saying
add
it's-
4. So that confused me. But what you didn't
sorry.
actually do that. Okay. All right.
And then what were you doing, Devin?
Just drawing my rapier, and I want to keep an eye out for more wolves,
Okay.
or for wolves in general.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just roll a perception.
I do not have that trained.
Well, I think it's just
So-
the stat.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling. Oh shit!
Nice. Okay. So you guys are pretty aware. So I think, allow me a moment of narrative control, because I think it is Dumont out first, right? Who despite being, frail, is used to the wilds, right? And is kind of doing his own thing with whatever his sacred tool looks like. And I'm going to ask you about that in a second, Danla, so be ready. And then it's the two of you, Limon and Manitaqua, kind of, perceiving the world and kind of keeping him, Dumont, in your line of sight, but also like, okay, where are we and what are we doing? And you're actually paying a lot more attention to the conversation that's going on behind you, because what's happened is William Stacy is kind of getting Calvin to walk through the story again. And you were noticing that William Stacy is noticing some inconsistencies with this latest version as compared to the last one. Now the wolves jumped out, and then when they ran away, the snow hit, right? And we didn't even mention the broken wagon. And there's something going on there.
Did we come upon the wagon?
You did come upon a wagon.
Okay, so the wagon part is at least real.
Well, I mean, no one looked at it, but yes, the wagon was there.
Okay, so I noticed this, right?
The two of you notice that William Stacy is walking Calvin back through his story, and all three of you, maybe even all four of you, have noticed that the story does not seem consistent.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a look like this.
Yeah, okay. So, I would like to make a guile roll.
Okay.
My assumption of what guile is me being cunning with my words.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
So I believe that I'm pretty confident it's going to be a fellowship roll, which I'm not super great at.
Guile is fellowship. Yeah, I'm actually going to drop this into. This is what I've been using to. Oh, that's just my conversation with Tom.
Okay, but I would like to use a guile roll to have him walk himself through the conversation one more time.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to change something that I know he said was a fact.
Yeah.
And say it as like, so the wolves jumped out and broke the tire off or something.
Sure.
And then you had to flee from them,
right.
Which is something he hasn't said yet.
Sure.
I'm going to change some aspect of the story to make him like,
yeah, I get you.
to see if he's like, what the hell's really going on.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
And we're good.
I don't know if it's it's probably an opposed test, but I don't know how those work.
Yeah, give me 1 second. So Manitaqua, are you good with this? You're just letting him kind of run it down.
Yeah. My assumption is.
No,
sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, well he's gone now, so. Yeah, I'm just looking how the players are, playing off of each other as well.
I'm like giving him the give him the third degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my assumption is that we have known each other for a while, and I mean, technically my character is good at talking to people because that's kind of what his job profession is. But I mean, statistically, I'm not that great at that.
Yeah, put him. To use a really classic old timey phrase, put him on blast.
I will.
Yes, I remember seeing that on a revolutionary flag.
That's what I'm
doing.
So
it's blast, but the S in blast is like a F, like how it is in the printing.
So I haven't found a way to like hammer this into the module, but while I was driving into work today thinking about the module, a giant straight truck, like a UPS truck, just all white, clearly not a UPS truck, drove by me like flying blistering speeds, and it just had in very big and very ornate letters the word dirt with 2 T's on it. And I was just like, I need this in a game. I don't know why, but I like bespoke soil for all of your gardening needs. Dirt with 2 T's.
Is it dirt with an umlaut?
Yeah, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, this is the dumbest thing about it. It's probably just a company's name, and I'm just going way over the top on it, but I was just like, I was just picturing a truck filled with dirt, just like in a big emergency. Anyway, yeah, so right, like to that end, Calvin Stowe has indeed walked into your trap as he's like, I'm a merchant from Philadelphia. I'm just trying to get up to Boston with my 2 sons, Charlie and Jack, and we're just trying to get out there in the snow squall, and it was getting dark, and then the wolves just came up and they took everything, and we ran, and then that was why, right? And then he's realizing it's not quite making sense. He's like, but Charlie had gone off ahead first because there was a problem, and then right, and it's not very good.
And I look. What was the other guy's name who was with us?
William
The wolves
Stacy.
took everything.
William Stacy.
Wolves took They took my clothes.
They robbed us blind.
I'll look at William Stacy, and I will look at my companion, Manitonkwa, and I'll say, I think those wolves took the straightness from your story.
It's like, I don't know what you're intending there, friend, but I assure you, I'm just out here looking for my boys. And then that is, of course, because we've been moving as this happens, right? And all things happen with like a certain narrative punch. Dumas, you have you call attention to what can only be described as a grisly scene.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah. So let me get some adjectives or something to describe on this. There is blood on the ground and ripped scraps of clothing. There's clearly some sort of fight or scuffle or perhaps tumble. Calvin Stowe, kind of just passes both of you, boom, boom, right? And just like hits the ground, and he's just holding onto these scraps of clothing. And he's like, that's little Jack's jacket. That's my boy's coat. Where's my boy? Where am my boy? Right? And he's just kind of hollering into the woods. It's tough. It's tough to listen to him. There's a lot of confusion going on. I don't know how much you guys necessarily believe his story, but he cries the cry of a desperate man who is very afraid that his child may be dead. And I'm going to need a resolve test from everyone, including William Stacy.
How does that work?
Stacy Jones.
Yeah, so
I think it's just a skill, right?
yeah, resolve is
Attached to willpower, I would guess.
I believe.
Yeah,
that is
willpower.
correct. Yeah, and this is also challenging, so you're gonna roll at a minus 10.
But if we have it trained, that just
It
balances
just evens
out, right?
out to your willpower. Yep.
My willpower is that, so that would be
I did.
Okay.
Oof.
William Stacy fails, and then Lemont fails, but Dumont succeeds. So I think, hold on, let me double check. I think it's in.
And Manitonkwa succeeds as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got
2 and 2.
successes.
Yeah, so
Two
if
failures.
you fail, you're taking 1d10 plus 1 mental peril, which is just like the world kind of reaching into you and trying to tell you, how horrible and dangerous things are.
Just get ground down.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of
Right.
just tough to bounce back from that.
All right, give me 1 second on that, because we totally skipped over that when we made characters.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
That's okay. That's okay. You're gonna roll it first, and then we'll deal with that in one moment.
1d10 mental peril.
1d10 plus 1.
Yeah. And do we take less if we succeeded, or we not take any?
It looks like you take none.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Manitonkwa don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so in Article 2, it talks about actually creating your because it wants to know your damage threshold, your peril thresholds, and then like your initiative, your encumbrance, your movement. So when you are doing peril threshold,
What page is that?
It's in Article 2. It's page 7 and 8. It's 3 plus your willpower bonus.
For mental?
Yeah. And then it goes up. That's so you start at like I forget the term for it. Hold on, let me pull up the character sheet. I don't want to misspeak. Because you start at basically like unhindered, and then it you start dropping down.
Oh, I see here. Determine your peril threshold by 3 plus willpower.
Yeah, and if we haven't used that before, that's the character sheet. I was not able to get it to be like fillable, so I wasn't using it. But it just has the example like of the peril threshold. So you're unhindered to begin with, and then your first stage, which is 3 plus the willpower bonus, puts you at imperiled. But there's no penalties. It's just you're kind of teetering on that edge. And then you go to ignore 1 skill rank, you ignore your 2 skill ranks, you ignore your 3 skill ranks, and then you're incapacitated, which is to say unconscious. Okay, so pretty minor for Lamont. And then I think I was the only other one who failed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
got 2.
You got 3.
So
you're not even imperiled.
3.
There's no way, because even if your will bonus was nothing, you still would not be. Or I guess you would be exactly, but that's not the case. You have at least a 10 because you have at least a 20. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks to hear. It's rough, right? It's like Darth Vader's no at the end of the prequel trilogy.
Oh.
It just sucks to hear. But you move on. You move past it. And interestingly enough, as that happens, right, as everyone's kind of hollering, and right, the scene kind of fades back in on one Livingston Hobb, the old man that was at the bar with you, who's kind of walked into the clearing, clearly struggling with the snow. He's
Quaker
like,
werewolf.
What's that?
Sorry, I just said something stupid. Continue.
Oh, he's like, he's holding a leather cord, and he's like, oh, Biffer got off his leash.
Uh-oh. So he like walks into this mess of carnage.
I mean, he doesn't quite stumble into it, but yeah, clearly he was following the footprints that you had been making, because that was probably the easiest way through the snow.
So he comes in from behind us, like the way we came.
Yeah.
I will point my sword at him, my rapier.
Okay.
And I'll say, what are you doing here? I mean, I
Biffer got off his leash.
I don't believe you.
Come here, boy.
Does he look in a direction?
I mean, he's whistling for his dog currently.
Come on, Dave.
I'll gesture to the carnage and I'll be like, do you not see what you've walked into?
Well,
Does he have to roll?
Yeah, he does. He's like, well, that doesn't look good at all.
No. It's bodies of people, correct? The boys?
No, it
We
just looks like there was a
blood
fight.
and clothing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he makes it.
okay.
He's like, it looks like there was a scuffle. I think I heard wolves earlier. I'm worried about Biffer.
That's
What kind of dog is Biffer?
He turns and looks at you, seemingly noticing you for the first time. He goes, it's an old Irish wolfhound.
damn it. You said it's a full moon tonight?
Yeah. And he's like, Biffer,
How common knowledge are werewolves?
Well, I mean, there is a sin eater in your party, and an alchemist,
Yeah.
and a lawbreaker. And
I
William Stacy says, Hob, please, come on. And he kind of like directs him a little away from the scene. He's like, let's see what we can do about Biffer. Does he run away often? You've had that dog for a few years.
I will turn to my associate Samuel and ask him if he can tell from the carnage what direction they went after this incident took place.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely keep looking.
Yeah, if you wanna hit
I
another roll.
Yeah, we should definitely follow this in case if the boys are really here
The
and
boys.
safe.
Boys.
Is
The
this
boy.
a difficult check or standard?
No, I think it's standard.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright,
I
nice.
got it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna narrate to the next scene, but I want to know if there's anything else happening because right now there's definitely a lot of confusion and inconsistency both in stories and in actions and timings. So I want to know where the party's at.
Pierre is going to look at his companions. He's not going to really say anything. He's going to look at Hob. He's going to look up at the moon, and he's going to look down at his shoe buckles.
Obviously, yeah, I would too.
Well, I mean, they're silver shoe buckles, so he's going to be like, "You boys better keep me safe if there's a werewolf."
You say that?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Samuel would pull out his axe and point over toward Hobbs' direction and say, Stacy, you keep an eye on both of these men.
So,
Keep them close.
Hobbs been part of the Trenton proper for many years. I knew my father growing up. And he doesn't say it because the guy's still on the ground, but his gaze turns towards and lingers on Calvin, right?
Question.
Yeah.
If I have the spell Dancing Arrows, is it safe to assume that I have the reagents to cast that spell?
What were they for that one?
A number of silver arrowheads equal to my WB.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Good to know.
I'm gonna make Danla need to get his madness book.
Oh, yeah. You said you needed to know about my sacred tool. Is that the thing you need?
Yeah, I was curious what your sacred tool was since you've been using it a lot and we haven't narrated it yet.
Yeah. No, it'd be basically a pendulum on a chain made out of petrified wood, kind of conical at the end, as many pagan and Wiccan worshippers would tend to use. And on the other end of the chain would have a small orb of garnet.
Nice. Very fancy.
And as he's traversing, he's kind of holding it in front of himself, using his hand as kind of the guide to determine what direction.
Okay. Makes sense. So everyone's good with that scene then? We kind of got a little bit of an establishment. We'll move to the next. Having followed the tracks or drag marks away from this scene.
That works for me.
Okay. Excuse me. So we set the next scene at the edge of the woods, right? Having come clear through the other side into what can only be described as like a field, preceding a farmhouse, right? Which appears to have been maybe burned down or at least partially on fire at some point in the distance, like in the past, right? It's not currently on fire or anything. But the group is pretty like keen on a lot of things happening right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you this one that like there is a smell of not only like dust, right? Like, but that stale, stagnant air that almost stinks of rot.
Excellent.
Starts with G and that starts with P and that rhymes with G and that stands for ghouls, motherfucker.
Uh,
Um, can I roll? Sorry, I'm just trying to think if any of my skills are of any use here.
sure.
Can I roll? Okay, so. Damn. Yeah. All right, I got nothing.
Yeah, I would be curious to maybe roll folklore to see if I know, kind of if I'm familiar with the scent from any tales or urban legends. Well, I guess not urban, but yeah, Trenton, of kind of
Sure.
any correlation to like what this type of scent could be, and if I've heard any
Wait.
similar
Fuck.
stories.
I just remembered that we're in New Jersey. Fuck. Fuck.
You just remembered some devils?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I just remembered.
Okay, cool.
The Jersey Devil.
That was slower than the other party.
Oh, well, shut up.
Sorry. Yeah,
Well-
go ahead and hit that folklore. There were more heads over there. There were 2 more heads.
Also, Josh is a huge Coheed fan, and they have Devil of Jersey City as a song.
That is true. Anyway, go ahead and roll your folklore. And then
I
I'll
didn't
tell
even
you
put
some
the
things.
2 together, but that makes total sense. I inadvertently was looking for that. Folklore is what skill?
Oh, got it
What
to me.
attribute? I would imagine it's probably.
Oh wait,
Just
got it
guess.
here.
I would.
Folklore is
probably
intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that's gonna be 56 again. Yeah.
Ooh.
You got it?
Yep. 35.
Man, you guys are doing. So I will say you're rolling way better than they were. Way better. I think you
Okay,
failed like
'cause-
2 checks.
One of my points,
Because the Lord is
pieces
with
of
us.
feedback so far is that this game just seems too easy. But
Yeah,
I
no,
will-
you guys have been very lucky because I think they hit 2 times. Like they were failing everything.
okay.
Can I also roll a folklore? Or, I mean, I know he succeeded.
Yeah, I would want to know like what you're looking for instead of that, because otherwise it would just be a conversation that you 2 have.
Right.
Because you can't just say I want to research the Jersey Devil.
That's true. I mean, I do, but
Yeah.
no, I don't got anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that like the 2 of you can have a conversation about like, you know, about anything weird in these mountains, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I have to imagine that the thought of a weird woman picking herbs at the edge of, you know, southern Trenton in a field comes back to you.
Hmm.
But so as you're kind of standing there at the edge and everyone's looking at this house and everything, a telltale distance, a woof, 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 woof. And well, wouldn't you know it, good old Biffer comes barking around the corner of the house. And then Hobbs like, Biffer! Biffer! And then the dog keeps running around the house, right? So he does like the Doppler effect with like the barking, right? He gets closer and then further away and then closer and further away, right? And the dog seems to be circling the house and consistently barking. And then wait, as if waiting, right on cue, Hob goes, I think Biffer found something. Maybe it's them boys you were looking for.
I hope so.
What NPCs are currently accompanying us?
You have William Stacy, owner of the Fish and Fin,
Who's
and
reasonable authority figure?
reasonably authority figure, vouches for Hob, does not trust Calvin. You have
Hob, who is our Quaker friend.
Hob
Calvin
is the Quaker friend
is-
who you walked up with from Philadelphia.
Right.
And then
Calvin.
Calvin, the guy who's missing 2 kids and his story doesn't
Yeah.
seem to add up.
Shifty.
Who now is looking at this house wide-eyed like, I heard there's a Jersey Devil in there.
I think they're in cahoots, Calvin and Hobbes here.
Subtle.
Wait, hold on. Fuck. Are there? Are there?
God damn.
Ah! It is a plot of the devil. Okay. Cool. It does indeed seem that our quarry is within.
Do we have like lanterns or do we have like torches?
Yeah. William Stacy has a lantern. I think you guys have torches. Unless you're trapping specifically, say you have a lantern. But there's a few bits of light. And in fact, now that you've been standing here a minute, the dog has made 2 full laps around like the house, right, in the greater proper. There is a telltale flicker of perhaps a candle in the 2nd story of the house.
Okay.
Apparently, I have opium.
I have a snuff box.
Let's party, man.
Medicinal.
I will take out my snuff box and I'll take a hit of the tobacco.
Cool.
You're
You're just trying to be cool.
I am. And I'll be like, all right, boys, if we're going out, I'm going out strong. And I would like to sneak up to the house.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That is one of my skills that I have. Correct. I got stealth. Yep.
Yeah.
My assumption is that is off of
Agility.
agility. Oh.
Yep.
Yep. And my agility is moderately good, right? Yeah. That's. Is this going to be a difficult check or anything, Dave?
Yeah, I think it's challenging only because yes, it's dark. Are you leaving the torch behind?
If I'm gonna sneak up, I'm not gonna bring light with me.
Yeah, if you go alone, I think there's a clearing, but if you go without light, I'm okay with you just taking it straight as.
Okay. So, my straight skill or
with your 10. I just mean I would have done a penalty obviously if you brought a light source with you, but if you leave the light source behind, I'm okay with just rolling straight against your roll. It's what, a little better than 50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable. It's a dark night.
Hell yeah.
Man, you guys are killing it. All right, yeah. So you make pretty good time and everything, and the dog, is coming around again, right? Stops his barking, and then just chuffs at you once, and looks at you. What do you do?
I'll just look back at the dog. And if I got like a piece of like dried jerky or whatever in my pocket, I'll toss it to him.
Sure. Yeah, he scarfs it down and then keeps running around the house. And he's doing only like 4 or 5 barks, and they're not like, because he's not going like rah, 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 right. He's like he's like, hey, there's a thing, and it's here. That's a thing.
Thing right here.
Yeah, exactly. He's very much like attention. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to look inside one of the windows if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually an easy test. You get plus 20 on the awareness.
Awareness? Is that a skill?
Yeah. And then is anyone else moving up, or are you just letting him handle this right now?
Yeah, I mean, so like, here's the thing. Like, I think us all standing here with torches and lamps and stuff is good, because it's going to mean that there's someone inside, their attention will be directed at us instead of the people running around without lights, torches, and shit.
Yeah,
no,
that's completely fine. Did you fail the plus 20?
I only have a 38 in perception.
So that's a yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you still see a room with a single rocking chair, a rug, and a lot of books. You see, like a thin dusting of, old debris dust, maybe even a little bit of snow having blown in. What's up? Tom shook his head. You looked away, and Dan left. So.
Oh, I shook my head because of books.
No, we all quit. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Like, well, one failed check. Sorry, guys. Had a good run. Try again tomorrow.
Let's hit that quick load.
Yeah.
And try again.
Yeah, we're going for a perfect run here.
I'm gonna I'm gonna look in. I'm gonna look back, and I'm gonna give a shrug, like I don't see anything,
Sure.
and I'll like wave him forward.
All right. Our group will come up
Yeah.
to the door, I suppose, and I will knock.
Okay. And Hob goes, I don't think there's anyone in there.
There was a light within.
Oh. And Calvin is like, I don't like this house.
Neither do I, sir.
You think my boy's in there?
It's likely.
Hob goes, well, it's cold. They would go inside if it was cold. Just glares at him.
Is the door locked?
No.
All right. Let us fortify our spirits to confront what may perhaps, in the final accounting, be a frightful work of devilry. And then I will open the door.
Sure.
May God be with us.
Okay.
I say.
Who's going in?
Well, I'm going in.
I'll go in.
I'll go in last, I think.
Define last,
Behind those two.
because they're not going in.
Riff and Raff.
Didn't they just say they're going in?
The party members
Oh,
are going
I
in.
apologize.
The NPCs.
Calvin is not going in this house, and he says that.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant last of the three of the party.
Gotcha. I apologize. Okay.
No, that's okay.
William
I
Stacy
expect
says,
it to be somewhere in the middle,
okay.
factually, but in the behind the party, but maybe in front of Stacy if he's going in.
Yeah, William Stacy asks, he says, you want me in or you want me out here making sure nothing happens?
Oh, that's a good idea. He should probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You
should
stay out here.
Stay
Give
here
us
at the door.
Shout if anything happens. I
Us
guess.
three are
Yeah.
pious men, and the Lord is with us.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
think we want him
Calvin's
ready to come in if needed, but also to stay
Right.
watch.
I give a look at Manataka when he says we're pious men, and I'm like, yes,
pious.
of course.
And Calvin's like, nothing gonna happen because I ain't going in that house. And Hobbs like, well, if it gets cold, you'd go in. That's probably where your boys are.
The fact that they're fucking named Calvin and Hobbes is just devastating to me.
I mean, I guess I should be calling him Livingston. It's just way longer, and Hobb is very easy.
All right,
And it's
enough.
Hobb. It's Livingston Hobb. H-O-B-B.
I still think it was intentional.
Well, Daniel, if you're listening to this, let us know.
Wait, HOBE?
H-O-B-B.
Oh, BB. Gotcha.
Yeah, BB.
Bravo. Yeah, all right. Do you want to go first in, or do you want me to go first in?
I'm first in. I'm going.
All right, I will be in the middle.
Okay.
Sounds good. Flanked on both sides by mages.
Go
And I have
ahead
my knife.
go ahead and fire off an education roll. If you have it trained. If you don't
got it.
worry about it.
Yeah, it's not me, man.
I've got it. Hold on.
Education. Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
there's books, and I have to imagine you at least give them a glance.
Sorry. 4, 9.
All right. We got a half hour
Okay.
left.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you got it. Nice.
Yeah, I got it.
So you've got a wide variety of topics: mythology, the works of John, is that Einslow, Aynsloe, Inslow.
Can I spelling on that?
I just spelled it.
Can I get it again while I'm typing it?
Well, I'm gonna just put it in the chat. Plato, Socrates, Shakespeare's, several classic writers that are not detailed. And then you've got like a few book, right? So there's like a smattering of books, and then you've got a few what appear to be like leather journals, handwritten, right? That don't necessarily have titles. If you want to pull any of them out and take a peek.
Gotcha. Does it seem like anyone's been living here? Like, it's snow outside, snow and mud. Is there any snow or mud tracked in?
There's a little bit of snow. And there's definitely like, dust from not days or weeks but months, right, of things building up on most of the surfaces. But you notice the books have definitely been moved at least somewhat recently.
All right.
What is kind of the shape of the, not like physical shape, but like, is it a well kept household, or is it very disheveled, things like scattered all over the place? What's the
It's
state of the room?
it's in almost as poor a state as the exterior would imply, which is to say some
Okay.
of it burned down. It is sparse in furniture. Pretty much everywhere you step is squeaky, creaky, and old. But yeah, it looks as though like there's not like piles of like Fallout 4 trash everywhere. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's not no limb bags.
No limb bags. Yeah, no limb bags.
Lame.
There's
Yeah,
so you're in the main entryway, which kind of immediately forks off into the living room, and then straight back would be the kitchen. There's a stairway going up, and then it looks like there's maybe like a root cellar because there's just a railing that starts at the entryway to the kitchen and hooks around the corner, so you can't see it. Right, so stairway up, stairway down.
I'm gonna check out the kitchen.
Okay, so you're going
I
into
would
the
like to
kitchen.
check out the journals too, though.
Okay, you want to pull the journals? Do you have education trained?
I don't.
Okay, then you do not get much value out of this.
Just trying to see if any of them belong to a madman.
Yeah, you do see there's a journal of a soldier from King Philip's War. Another one is an accounting of George Washington's surrender at Fort. Is this necessary? Fort
For necessity.
Necessity, yeah, during the French and Indian War.
Pierre would like to. He's still got his rapier in his hand. But he's gonna like listen around to see if there's like any sort of like sounds of movement in the building.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What kind of difficulty rating are we looking at there?
Right now it's at a -10, but if you tell everybody to shut up, you can probably get it down to nothing.
I will do that. Do they listen?
Yes, I stopped moving.
And my other companion?
He's reading.
Trying to remember French, but yes.
Oui, oui.
Okay. All right. So I'm at a +0 for difficulty.
Yeah, just an even check.
Désolé.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're trying to listen to it, you definitely can hear there's some sort of conversation happening outside, which is distracting to you. Where were you? Were you just inside the building, or did you start to go up the stairs, or did you follow Manitaqua into the kitchen?
I guess like I would have been in like the main room.
Yeah,
because like
so
I
you're still
didn't want to
pretty close.
move. People are talking about the Devil of Jersey City, or the Jersey Devil.
Are
and I'm
people
like,
saying that, or are you saying that?
I don't know. The other guy, the NPC said a devil lives here, and I'm like,
yeah.
If I'm gonna fight a devil, I want somebody with magic to back me up at least. So I'm gonna stay close to my magic wielding companions, at least for now. So I guess I would be in the main room with the library and the books.
Yep. So you can hear some sort of like passive aggressive argument has started up between Calvin and Hob, in which Calvin's like, "I didn't, and you take it back. I'm not afraid of hitting an old man." Hobbs like, "I'm just confused. You don't seem like you're trying to find your boys. I smell something wrong with this situation." And William Stacy's just like, "Stop it." Right? He just like a parent sick of listening to their children squabble.
Mm-hmm.
And that is unfortunately all you get out of that.
Okay.
So in the kitchen, pots and pans and other kitchenware hang from hooks. Once again, looks like it has not been used in some time. And in fact, where the books had seemed light movement in usage, right? And maybe, on a week-to-week basis, this has not seen any usage. Other than a consistent track in through the door that you just walked in, laying down on a straw bed, and then climbing back out. As Biffer, the dog, is seated here. He came in when you guys opened the door.
Oh. Biff for the dog is here.
And he's calm
Yep.
suddenly.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I am. So I'm gonna just stick my head in. So the only other like room on this floor is the kitchen, right?
Yeah, which you're in.
Okay.
Does,
Anything askance here?
What's that?
Anything askance here?
Dog bed. Pots
Dog
and
bed.
pans, and then a stairway down.
Right.
Does
And-
anyone have the handle animal skill?
I do, and I was trying to think of like how to use it, but he's calm now, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I guess maybe using him as a hound, like try to lead the way with him.
I would
Before we-
my
I want to. Before we do that, I wanted to check out the books. Now that I realize that I have an education skill. I want to look at the books before we do that.
Yeah, when
I have an education,
Danley's
and I demand to use it.
yeah when
Yeah.
Danley's character clicked it said you need training in the intelligence stat to understand these books.
okay. What I'm going to suggest is you make an handle animal roll to see if this dog is acting like this is his home or if he's checking out a new place.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's good. I'll wait till Tom rolls his education.
Yeah.
So you come back out, handle the books.
All right. And let me make sure that that's correct. Education, intelligence is that +1 is that okay. And no modifiers, no penalties, no bonuses.
It is at a -10.
Oh, okay. Good to know. All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, no struggle at all. Okay, this will be fun because you might actually get this. I had to go back and look it up. There are two things. This is one of those things where it's like you could not possibly have read these in the time that it takes you to look at them, right? You flip open to the exact pages you need and you just do the my God.
Okay.
Right? Two things have bothered you about these books. In faded pencil, in the account of George Washington's journal, every time he makes mention of himself, right? Or any time that someone talks about, every time it is written about his, battle plans or anything, the name has been struck out and replaced with Mandoag, Mandoag.
Mandoag. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Every single time, like sometimes 16 times in a page, right? It is crossed out and then lightly written above or below, right? Alongside in an unsteady hand. Secondly, in the margins of one of the philosophical books, right, between Plato and Socrates, there
Where
are...
Aristotle should be.
What's that?
Where Aristotle should be.
Yeah. There are consistent references to the coming shadow, right? The creeping dread that fills men's hearts.
The devil. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Like the shadow over Trenton, right? And the consumption of its sin.
Okay.
That's you.
And like they're rewritten a dozen different ways, right? Like every artful way you can think of talking about a coming shadow, right?
Gotcha.
But that is your synopsis.
Mandoag.
Mandoag.
So, does my character understand that reference?
You passed the check, so I'm inclined to believe that you understand some of its relation and relevance. Yeah.
I just did some quick Google searching.
Yeah, I had to as well. I didn't recognize that one.
the idea that there's like this pre-Columbus, there's this Welsh prince who at some point makes a transatlantic journey, sort of like Leif Erikson, or supposedly there's a bunch of Irish monks who did it in a boat made out of leather. Like there's a lot of like
Yeah.
weird pseudo-historical nonsense about pre-Columbia. Well, not
Island skipping and
yeah. In Leif Erikson's case, it's not pseudo-historical; it's historical, but the rest of it is not super well
Oak
attested.
Island has gold, Tom.
Yeah.
Oak Island has gold, okay? The swamp. I've been waiting to talk to somebody about the swamp. Are you ready to talk about the swamp?
I'm ready for the swamp.
Okay.
All right.
I should have put that in the other chat.
I'll do that.
All right. Cool. So
Because this one, that one you can see on stream. So you should. Right. So hold on. Yeah. Let's say so. We put this in the Discord chat. Mandoag,
mhm.
or an acronym for a dog man.
My God.
We've cracked this case wide open.
Hob needs to die. Kill him.
Oh. My
So
goodness.
there was a book here about King Philip's War, right?
Yes.
Was it a journal?
I don't know. We're past the books. The books are giving you all that they can do.
Well, I was
King-
just gonna say
It was one book is a journal of a soldier from King Philip's War, and another is an account of George Washington's surrender at Fort Necessity.
Does the King Philip's War and the George Washington thing, are those like by the same person?
What would be the relative time difference between the two of them?
Like 100 years.
Which 100
is why
years?
I-
Which
like-
100 years in particular?
So King Philip's War would have been like the 16. Oh, I'm gonna get this wrong.
70s or 90s?
1670s, 1680s.
Okay.
You know, and French and Indian War would have been like within a few decades. Like I don't have the dates off my head. Like 17.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Like
King
recent.
Philip's War was the late 70s.
Yeah, King
Okay.
Philip's War would have been like ancient history. Would be like a thing that happened a century ago to us. Whereas the French and Indian War would have been a thing that would have happened like within living memory.
Gotcha.
So if it's the same person writing about both events, I'm a little concerned.
That's so good. So my notes don't tell me. I am going to say yes.
Ah!
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Definitely yes.
Cool.
Definitely,
Good.
definitely yes.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Mandoag. A dog, man.
Mandoag. All right, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah,
But only the George Washington Journal has the weird crossouts.
correct.
Okay, thank you. Not George Washington's journal, the journal of a person on
Yes.
George Washington's campaign.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So what's everyone else doing?
I'm screaming about books, but that's just me.
I made a suggestion to roll a handle animal to see if this dog
Oh, yeah.
is at home or
Yep.
searching a new place.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd kind of go along with that and talk to the dog a little bit more, asking questions like that maybe would be a little bit more advanced than a dog might understand.
I think asking a dog any question's probably too advanced, but
Pretty basic ones like home, out, and things like that. Like,
Sure.
is this home? I think it would get maybe.
okay.
But things like asking like, do you want to go downstairs? Is there food downstairs? And like asking it things like,
Yeah.
do
Go
you
ahead.
know where the foods and treats are?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Well, that's
Curse your sudden and inevitable betrayal, Tom's internet.
Fellowship. Oof, that's not great though. Fellowship.
Okay. The only thing that happens is
Nah.
when you want to go downstairs, it whines once, gets up, turns around, and sits back down.
Not wanting to go downstairs.
So it seems like it knows that that's not a great place, perhaps. That it does not like.
We gotta go downstairs. I want to check upstairs first.
Okay.
That's where the candle was, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I look to my companions. I say, I'm going upstairs.
All right, I will accompany you.
Would I be able to roll the animal handling one more time just to see if I forget the dog's name, but that if the dog will accompany us, like say, just kind of whistle to it and.
Oh yeah. I'm fine with that. Mando head.
There we go.
Yeah, you want to go up? You want to go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes up. He and goes up with you.
Cool.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry, gotta go back to my notes. So upstairs. Have you guys ever been? I don't know that the housing setup is like this, but this is how I'm picturing it. Have you ever been upstairs in like an old colonial?
Yes, it's
'Cause
awful.
They're tiny. They're actually impossible, right? Like the stairwell is hunched, right, and then it breaks off into that T. There's 2 rooms, and when you're lucky, there's a closet in front of you, right? They're awful. They're just atrocious design. So yeah, you go up that set of stairs. To your left appears to be a bedroom at first glance because there's a bed. To the right, there appears to be, right. I don't think there wouldn't be a shower curtain, right? Like they didn't care. You either closed the door or it didn't matter.
They didn't bathe.
They bathe.
No,
So,
there was no. There was just a tub.
There's a tub. Yeah, right. There's a tub. There's a tub, and what do toilets look like in 1776?
Called a
Buckets.
latrine. Well, yeah. There's a chamber pot, and then out back there'd be a latrine.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you just waving a knife at us for some reason?
Yeah, I'm role playing. Damn it, I'm excited.
Okay.
Let's do
Yeah,
this.
I'm just impressed. I don't think I've ever seen you pull a knife out during a game.
We're gonna stab a demon. For God.
It's a devil. They're different.
I'm upset. I don't have my knife over here anymore. Anyways, yeah. So these are your options. There is no crawl space into the quote unquote attic. There is a bedroom on the left and a bathroom on the right.
I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down.
We'll check out the bedroom.
Okay, bedroom.
I'll check out the other one.
Okay,
Rapier
bathroom.
in hand.
And then dog in Dumont.
Yeah. Is there anything like on the walls? Any pictures or?
I mean, there's snow because this is where like part of the house burned down at one point.
Yeah, we just kind of stay at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Maybe looking through some of the cracks like outside and seeing if I notice any like disturbances out there or any changes to the environment.
Sure. To the left, the bed is perfectly made, covered in a fine layer of crusted dirt. It is clear that it has not been slept in some time. It looks like there was at one point something resembling a little nightstand that has since mostly rotted away, having been exposed to the elements for an unknown amount of time.
Okay.
Well, I thought you went to the bathroom. I thought that was Tom that went into the bedroom.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying okay.
Oh, okay.
Because
I was like, wait, did I get them mixed up? I mean, not that it really matters. It just...
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to poke around in?
Is there like a hole in the roof? How is it exposed to the elements?
Yeah,
Oh.
because remember there was a burn. This place had partially burned down. So I think it probably spread up the kitchen, but really did a lot of damage up the second story.
Okay. Are there any books or partial remains of books? Any documents? Anything like that?
You can poke around that nightstand.
Yeah, I'll poke around the nightstand.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me some sort of like searching, perception, surveillance, notice.
Awareness?
Roll that D knife 100.
Yeah, that's. I think awareness is usually a little more towards the
Okay.
situation, but I'm fine with that. It's fine.
I can just default to perception. Presumably there is a more appropriate skill.
it says awareness is.
I would just think awareness.
Perception. Yep. Yeah, it's a perception skill.
Okay.
Yeah, to
Okay.
notice minute details and sounds.
Oh, okay. Then awareness is absolutely correct. All right, cool. So it'll be. Wah, wah.
No.
Nope. I'm still trying to figure out this mad dog thing.
Yeah. All right. To the right, you go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Doag.
So the first thing that you notice, you remember earlier you smelled that rotting smell?
Yes.
Well,
Is it
it's
coming from here?
yeah, it's intensified quite profoundly. I'm going to need you to make a resolve check.
Oh, how do I do that again?
Resolve is a skill based on willpower or will bonus, whatever the thing was.
Willpower. Okay.
Yeah. It is difficult. It's going to be a -10. And then you're
Okay.
gonna roll, and then I'm gonna punish you, and then I'm gonna tell you what you see and smell and taste.
Oh, I did that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, looks like
What
it would
did
have
I
been
roll?
one fail though. Right, it would have been a 38.
Yeah, that would have been a 38.
So you can roll it. It's 2d10 plus 2 mental peril.
It's been nice knowing you, fellas.
Wow.
Jeez.
So I'm going to describe it for you, but I want to know how you internalize this. You have encountered what can only be described as a fleshy layer cake of at one time human skins stacked in a uncomfortable pile in the tub. It is a lasagna or perhaps a casserole of rotting flesh.
Papists. Sorry.
Okay.
Warned me about.
I really feel like Pierre would just see this and like immediately like try to compartmentalize it
Yeah.
because like he doesn't want to like see what he's seeing, but he can't look away.
Right, yeah, he's just deer in headlights, just. And the smell, dude, the smell.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah. So what is your willpower bonus?
It's 48.
Okay, so you start with 7. Right, and then
Yeah,
seven goes to 13. And what did you take the
7
first time? 3?
7 goes to 13. I thought it went to 10.
No, because you get 6 more. So 13, and then 19.
It says. Oh, okay. So that's peril threshold plus 6. I was reading that as
You were just adding it alone. Over
adding
time.
3 more to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because it scales upward. So I don't think I don't think you're unconscious, but I think you're very close.
Let me rewrite that. So that would be 13, and then I add 6 more to that, which is 19.
Right. Because I think you're at least 2 skill ranks. You might be 3. I'm not sure how the math shakes out, but
I am at 23.
Yeah. Right, but your total is to be incapacitated. I think is a little higher, right?
Oh, right. And then I got 1 more, which is
Yeah.
6 more than that, which is
Right.
25.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not incapacitated. You're just not doing well because it goes imperiled, ignore 1, ignore 2. So you're at ignore 3 right now.
I guess so.
You're not incapacitated, but you're pretty much at the max.
Yeah, I am 2 points of damage away from being at my maximum I can be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a really bad situation. Here's the other thing that happens. Dumas, I need you to make a -10 challenging awareness test. Because there's like a lot of noise coming from every direction right now, but I'm gonna see if you can kind of piece it back together.
Okay. Awareness is perception, which I have. That is my very worst skill.
Good.
I'm sending
Let's
you
see.
good vibes. Do
Mhm.
well.
Oh, D100 at -10.
Yeah.
That's not good. Hey!
Hell yeah.
Wow, you got a crit success.
I sent you them good vibes. Good.
You sure
Dude.
did.
So,
Boxcar.
wow, that's amazing. So you've got it. You know exactly what happens as you whip around, and downstairs, everyone is inside. Calvin is screaming, "He just tried to bite me! He just tried to bite me!" William Stacy is on the floor in a pool of blood, and Hob has got a finger pointed at him. He's like, "I can smell it all over you. You killed them boys. You killed them boys. You tried to kill me."
Hobbs the one screaming?
Yeah.
Wait, am I getting the characters mixed up now? I thought
Calvin
Hob was
is the
the
one with the-
elderly guy.
Hob is the elderly guy who is pointing in Calvin's face, saying, "You killed the boys."
Okay, gotcha.
Calvin has a fire poker, and William Stacy's dead on the floor.
Yeah, Dumont would shout. He would say, "The shadow! It is here! Friends, we must go! Downstairs!"
Okay.
He would start just charging with his axe.
Okay.
I shut the door to the bathroom, and I will never be the same.
Yeah, right. You just walk out and
I'm like, don't.
don't.
We're burning this house down when we leave.
Upon hearing there's some hubble downstairs, I will head down the stairs to see what is up.
Yeah. So you guys move down the stairs, right? And obviously, Dumont, you're pretty quick, so you're the only one who has a chance to kind of catch this in its act. When we roll initiative, it is a D10 plus.
We have an initiative score, don't we?
Yeah. I'm just trying to. It's 3 plus something, and I think it's agility. I'm just trying to find it on the character sheet. Where'd it go?
I don't have initiative written down.
I believe it is 3 plus your agility because I have a 7.
Yeah,
or no,
that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Or is it perception?
Oh, I don't remember.
It does say perception affects initiative.
Okay,
I
then
just
it's perception. I
did a
apologize.
Control F for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're gonna do D10 plus 3 plus your perception. So I apologize.
Okay. I wish it had been agility. That is my best score. So 3 plus perception?
Yeah, plus 10, plus a D10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody can roll and we'll get in the right order. Well, it's just the modifier. Sorry, the first digit.
So you got a 5.
Yeah.
No, you got an 8. Because it's
Wait,
3
what?
plus 3.
It's your agility. It's your perception bonus, not your perception score.
Oh, we didn't talk about bonuses at all. I misunderstood that. Okay.
It's the tens digit. That's what bonuses are.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's probably good to have this. We'll revert to this if we need to, but right now it is only Dumont who has a chance to get down the stairs with enough time to kind of see what happens next. So Dumont got, what did we decide? It was 3 plus 3 plus 2? So an 8?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So both Calvin and Hobbs move into the kitchen while you are running down the stairs. So unfortunately, when you come around the stairs, the scene that you have is William Stacy is still dead on the floor, covered in blood.
You say still dead like he may not be soon.
Sorry. There is a lingering remark suggesting that Calvin had actually killed the boys. And there's a lot of blood on the ground that you're not exactly sure who it belongs to, because it does not seem to be William Stacy. But at some point, Calvin also got injured as he's holding his side.
Calvin is our Quaker friend.
Calvin is the man with the sons.
Right.
Calvin is
Hob is the
shaking.
Quaker friend.
Hob is our Quaker friend, and dead is a reasonable authority figure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're
Do I
just
have a chance to act still, or are they?
Yep,
Is it
yeah.
their
You
turn?
whip around the corner. They're both in the kitchen.
And he's still brandishing a fire poker.
Yeah, Calvin got hurt, but has the fire poker in his hand.
Um. I don't know. I'm trying to look at the things that I can do here and then see what makes the most sense. Um.
Kill them. Let God sort them out.
Yeah. Well, that would go against my whole character's nature here. My drawback is that I will not take well, won't take life of the innocent anyway. So I guess seeing him brandishing the fire poker, I would kind of charge at him and try to grapple around him, like hold my axe around his neck, like pull it back around his neck.
Who are you restraining?
Calvin, who's wielding the weapon right now, because
Yeah.
he's the threat, and I'm trying to calm the situation
Right.
so that we can get more information as to what happened.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that like he's kind of in the element and surprised, right? And you kind of grab up a hold of him. I think you're gonna have to do a check to do any more, but right now he's surprised, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so our other two party members are able to get down the stairs and at least see the scene. I don't think that you can impact either of them yet, but if you want to, see the situation and talk to anyone, you can do that. So let's see. 14 and 13. So Tom Manatonk was first.
All right. Can I see anybody right now?
Assuming you want to go down the stairs, which I believe was everyone's plan,
Oh yeah, very
you
much
you
so.
hook that corner and you see Hob at a distance next to the dog. Right, you probably don't see the dog, but you know the dog's there. And
The
then
dog
you
ran
see,
downstairs already?
yeah, Calvin, and then Dumas with Calvin kind of in like a headlock.
Calvin is the offending party. Okay.
He's the armed party.
Yeah, he's the armed party. It is not clear. And then right closer to you is the extremely dead form of William Stacy.
Okay, I will pursue the remaining unrestrained, unkilled person and attempt to hold them.
Okay. Yeah, so you cannot impact them yet, but you can get basically to that door and find
Yeah,
out.
I try to get to them. I close the distance to them.
Yep. Yep, that's fine. And then finally, Lemon, which is you, Devin. Unless I miss my meaning.
I am Pierre.
Pierre Lemon.
That's right. That's my last name.
Yeah. That's what I've been calling you the whole time. Lemon and Dumas.
Okay.
I don't know how you
I
can hear
will-
the difference between those two.
Because I can't speak French.
That's okay. I can't either. Sorry,
The
Mom
mountain.
Nicola.
It's the mountain and of the mountain.
Is it really?
More or less, yeah.
Dumas and Lemon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Le Mont and Dumas. That's funny.
I will also run downstairs, rapier in hand.
Yep. You notice at this point that the door has closed.
To the outside.
Yes.
I look at it,
Mhm.
and then I will. There was like a door to the basement, right?
Yeah, it's
there's
in-
like a
it's in the
basement.
kitchen.
It's in the kitchen.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, here, let me turn the map back on and get rid of all of these scribblings that we didn't need.
No, and when you said the door is closed, is that the door outside or a door to the basement? It's now closed.
The door to the basement was always closed, but no one went to it. The
Okay.
door outside appears to be now closed. So this is the house. This is not a very good representation of the house, but it will work, right?
hmm
So this was a door to the outside.
Gotcha.
This was a set of stairs that went up. Right? Okay. We didn't change back. Good to know. Here's a bookshelf. Here's a chair. Well, these are both far too large. Chair's probably fine. All right. Please. This is fire code. All right, and then you got like, your range and counter space and maybe, I don't know, maybe a door outside. I don't think it says, right? And then a railing. Oh, jeez. Right, and then a railing that hooks around here, right, and stairways that go down here, right?
Mhm.
And then just like, I don't know, like a mud room or a 3-season room, right? Some sort of cabinetry going on, right?
Mhm.
And then the dog bed. Yeah? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got... Well, let's do red for blood, right? So dead guy there,
No, William.
Stacy.
right? This door is now locked. And then we've got Lemon, Manitonqua, Dumont holding Calvin. Right, and they're probably a little more over here. Right.
And then Hobbs has gone down the basement already, or is
No.
in.
No,
No.
Hobbs is over here.
And he's prone, right, on the floor.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was. I
If I
misread
did
Right,
that.
okay.
misspoke, I apologize.
The only one prone is the dead man.
Correct.
On my turn, I would like to get it. I would like to close this difference so
Yep.
that we can hold them apart from one another.
Yeah, both of them will get to act again before you do. Unfortunately.
Okay.
The way the
Gotcha.
initiative order works. You came from upstairs, down the set of stairs, hooked the corner, and made it to right there.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So the last thing you did, Devin, was notice that this door is now closed.
Mm-hmm. I have some sort of like lantern, right?
I believe
torch.
we decided you had a torch.
Yes. We have torches. Yes.
But you didn't bring one because you snuck over.
I did. I mean, I handed one to somebody. Maybe they held it outside. I don't know.
I think like
I'll say I
Stacy,
don't have
Hobbs,
one.
and Calvin had that, and they would have.
Stacy had a
ones to-
lantern, which I'm going to say has not broken because we're not going to burn the house down quite yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to like. I am very concerned right now. So like I'm going to demand what happened from Hobbs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I can smell the sin on him. I can tell. He's been nervous. He's been shifty. He's been lying to you right from the beginning. And it took me showing up here to figure it out. God's one soldier, God's right hand. I can smell the sin on him. I've taken all the troubles of Trenton on. I've taken care of it. I don't mind.
Can I talk on my not my turn?
I think that you can get out one more sentence, but then we got to move on.
Okay. I'll say, is that why you have that flesh pile upstairs?
Well, and this is why I let you get that one more sentence out. Okay, so I think we decided Hob actually has the highest of everything. He launches in a powerful strike with a knife that appeared out of nowhere. And now that extra blood makes a lot of sense and why Calvin is holding his side. And our man's here is going to attack.
Now Calvin is going to die because he's being restrained.
Wow. Okay, Well, good thing I have one reroll, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spend that. Sorry, guys. Get 75 and fail. Probably do it again too. Okay, we got it that time. I forget the exact rules for that. Tristan told me, but since I didn't remember, even though I wrote myself a note too, I'm going to assume you all start with a reroll, and there's one floating for the pool. So you have 4 rerolls on your side, and I apologize for not mentioning that
Yeah.
before. They are
I think
the
you can,
coins.
yeah, you can spend coins on like a bunch of stuff, but we won't get into it now.
Yeah.
Not when we're so close to the end.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's
that doesn't matter anymore.
you may want those, and I apologize for not mentioning them before. It just did not click because you guys had been rolling so well that it was just
Unnecessary.
yeah, pretty unnecessary. But yeah, especially now that we're in a combat or combat like situation, you may want to reroll. So he does strike. He does strike true. So he's gonna get two dice of damage plus the combat. Yeah. So this
That sounds like a lot.
it's definitely a fair amount, especially when you don't have armor on. I actually don't think he's dead.
I don't think there is armor in this system.
Not
Oh,
yet.
is there not armor in this one?
The Zweihander? No.
Okay.
Or at least you can wear armor, but it does nothing against black powder weapons. So, like,
Yes.
why would you?
Yes, this has dropped him. He's not necessarily dead yet, but he's about to die because he was already grievously wounded.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. From there, he is going to try and hook this corner and run down into the basement, as you so eloquently put it earlier. Now that after that, Calvin gets to go, who is dying, and then Dumont, you are up.
Okay, so I have literally no clue any of the things that I can do for combat.
Okay. Well, I mean, like most games, you can attack someone
Right.
if that's a thing you wish to do.
You got
what
that
is the
sweet
dog
arrow
doing right
spell.
now?
What's that?
No, that's our dear friend Tom here, who has the arrow spell. All I can do is
No.
transmute minds with a book I don't have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't worry, the book's here.
Well, okay, I do have a magic weapon. Well, not quite, because it has to be against things that only can be hit with magic weapons. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would just. Well, yeah. What is the dog doing right now?
Whining, panicking,
Okay, so
baring
it
its
doesn't
teeth.
seem concerned.
It's nervous,
with
but
us, but not like it's not like under control of Hob or anything trying to attack us
right.
at the moment. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I guess I would just run after him down the stairs and try to, if I get close enough, like swing at the back of it. Well, if he's going down the stairs, like his back.
Yeah, you can run down the stairs and hit him.
Yeah. So what do I roll for that?
I would actually say, do you want to? I'm pretty sure the rules have charge in this. If you want to call it a charge.
Yeah, I mean, I was almost thinking like maybe a tackle down the stairs or something. Hurt both of us a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to do. You've got an axe. You're going to use your. Hold on, let me pull up my skills. It is a simple melee, which uses your combat. I don't know if you have any training in simple melee.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
So then
I
you're
don't.
just using your straight combat.
Okay. Which for me is
Yeah, you
44.
you do not have any combat skills, as it turns out.
Okay, so I get to move twice my movement and add 1d6 fury die to damage, but no. Okay. So
Nice.
just
What's that from?
44. That's just from charge.
Oh, cool. I could not find the rules for it, so.
What was it? 44. Oops. Not bad.
Nice.
All
Okay.
right.
That's a hit.
And then so an axe does.
So you always do a d6 because you're a PC. You're adding another d6 because of the charge. And then you're adding your combat bonus modifier. So we said you had a 41, you said?
Yeah.
44. So you add
44.
4 to it. So 2d6 plus 4.
Okay.
I don't think the axe has anything special for it. Okay, now this is cool. When you hit a 6, it explodes. So roll,
Hell yeah.
roll again.
Roll what? Just another d6?
Another d6, yep. Oh,
Do I keep going?
No, yes. Yeah, you do.
Ah.
Okay, so that is 22. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Okay. Would you like to narrate this?
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's a freaking old man that you just ran down the stairs with all the forward momentum and just shoved an axe into him.
Yeah, I think I just start running, kind of like with bloodlust, shouting in French about things. I just witnessed this man that in my mind, I thought was innocent, or I realized was innocent after the fact. So like, I'm just pissed. My guy's very passionate, so I just start charging after him, and just hacking at his back and like into his deltoids. Or what are these, trapezial?
Yeah, traps. Traps,
Yeah,
I believe.
just hacking into those, like severing half of his neck from his skull.
Oh man, that's vicious. I love it.
Because I just hit 3 times, so I imagine I just go like hack, hack, hack.
Once again, stealing a little bit of like DM narrative control. There is just like arterial spray up out of the basement stairwell. Right, none of you guys see it. Like you're like barely in the room. You know what I mean? But a very Kill Bill style, right? Of just like, pff. What do you say anything? Are you like, there will be blooding this? I'm
Drink
finished.
your milkshake.
I was thinking that I'm finished, but yeah, you know.
I've still never seen that movie.
Oh my god, it's so good, dude. Okay. Yeah, do you do anything, Danla?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you say anything, or are you good? You're just breathing heavy and looking at the mess.
Yeah, I think I would just kind of watch. You know, he's got kind of a duality here where he doesn't like taking life, but he's got this overarching fear of the shadow. And he's just kind of pondering, like, he's killed somebody, but he doesn't believe it was an innocent man, and he's just at kind of war with himself on whether it was the right thing to do. So he's just kind of panting, and after some time passes, he would just say, "It is done," or "Yeah, it is done," and maybe look around the basement a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Of course,
sorry,
that basement door is locked, but.
Oh, I thought we didn't get to the door yet.
Well, you're at the door, but if you just like touch it, you can it resists you.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
Yeah, then it's gonna pass to Manitonkwa.
So everybody is either restrained or dead right now.
Everyone is dead.
Everyone is dead.
Well, not you guys, but yeah, and the dog's alive.
All right. Well, I will put my knife away.
Okay.
We have
a.
Don't we have a man bleeding out on the floor?
Yeah, I was incorrect. He is just dead.
Oh.
He because he's not a PC, he doesn't have the like. He can linger for a moment. He just.
Gotcha.
Right. I'm gonna head down to the basement door. That door is locked.
Yeah, so I will say, like, you are well within your ability to do so, but, like, it is a gruesome scene to get into this stairwell. There is a, it is a narrow, old construction, uh, filling up with blood. But yes, as you sort of, like, gingerly step down, the door does, in fact, seem to be locked.
Okay. I'll see. Well, this guy was trying to head down there. Presumably, he has a key. So I'll see if he's got a key.
Okay, so you shake him down.
Yeah.
Classic. Um, yeah, you find on him, funny enough, his knife, the knife that he had, and then a small psalm book entitled Book of Devotions, but no key.
Hmm. That's peculiar.
And in fact, Dumont, now that you have been standing there for a moment, just kind of waiting in the quiet, you can hear ever so subtly. This should normally be a check. I'm just going to give it to you because you're literally right at the door, and everything is finally stopped. You can hear a faint whimpering, as if a nervous or unsettled cry.
Like, does it sound like an animal or a human?
Hard to say, but it sounds quiet and at a distance. You are more inclined to believe human than animal.
Okay. There's life within. You listen at the door.
Yeah, Tom. As far as I'm concerned, you still have like an action.
Okay, I'll try and get the door open.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
It's locked, right?
Yes.
Can I use my knife to try and shimmy the bolt open?
Yeah.
Don't we have a criminal in our midst? Are we aware of his background?
Whoa! I don't like these accusations.
Sorry, don't we have a skilled in?
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Ingress
kind of
professional.
criminal.
Yeah.
I'm more the I yell at you until you give me money kind.
Panhandler, got it. Yeah, Tom. I'm always a fan of running the knife along the seams and edges of the doors. There is no door in history that can hold up to a human being and time. It's just
accurate.
That's just not how it works.
Yeah.
I do want you to roll, however, because I like to know exactly how much time.
What should I roll?
I mean, if you are not trained in skullduggery, you can try it, but it's difficult. You can also just like use the knife to figure out whatever weak point you should attack for an athletics.
I don't have either of those.
Okay, well, athletics I don't think punishes you for not having it. Skullduggery does.
All right, so just brawn then.
Yeah, so you're just gonna bang the door.
Oh, I do have skullduggery. I lied. I can pick locks and stuff.
All right, have at it.
Then yell at this door until it opens.
Yeah, or gives you money, whatever it is you do.
Gives me money.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll, Devin.
Well, before we get into opening that door, I would like to make sure the front door opens so I have a quick escape when shit goes south again.
Okay. So what do you do?
Is the door locked, or is it just shut?
The door appears stuck or locked when you try and move it.
Okay.
Does this made-up back door you added actually exist?
Yeah, but that one is definitely stuck and locked.
Okay.
Okay. I will. I mean, this is colonial era, so they don't have windows, really. I will use my strength to try and push this door open. I mean, after making sure that, like, it's not locked from the inside, because most doors are locked from the inside.
Okay, so you scrutinize the door first?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and scrut.
Do I have scrutinize? I do.
You used it before. So.
Perception.
You are right. That is a perception skill. So that is scrutinize, which is Perception. Is this at a +0?
Yeah.
For difficulty? Okay.
Yep.
Success!
Okay, yes, you find out that there is a very subtle, like pin lock mechanism that you would apply with your foot in the bottom left corner of the door. So, right, so it's probably only 2 hinges at this point in construction, but then a third, right, that you stomp on to stick the door. So once you have scrutinized it, you can very easily pull the linchpin, and you are all set. The door just will swing open normally.
Okay.
You no longer need
I
to bash
will-
it open.
I will disable that and make sure we can leave.
Yep.
And then I will go down and try to
Yeah.
speak at
Skullduggery
the door.
Yeah.
Speak at the door.
Skulldug the door.
Are we just going straight to me doing that, or
I got nothing else to do.
I would like
so
that, yes.
It's on you.
okay?
We've
Skullduggery is agility, so that's going to be a. Am I at a +0 for this, or?
Yeah.
Am I taking any negatives?
just a 0.
Nope.
All right.
This door
This
is.
door has defeated you. So some 5 minutes later, the whimpering has stopped, and you have attempted to pick it as best you can, and you're like, well, however you want to convey that to your friends and allies, but you are not going to
They're
be
like-
able to shimmy this door open.
This door is beyond my skill. Chop it down, and I gesture to your axe.
All right, chop it down.
Takod. He wipes like a swath of blood off the blade and then just starts hacking at it.
Okay.
Let us not be denied from our righteous and godly work.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Any roll for
athletics.
that, Braun?
Athletics. Which is brawn, I believe, if you don't have athletics trained.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
All right. So
Nice.
some 10 minutes of hacking this door open, loudly, messily work, right? Finally, the door gives way mercifully, and you are once again assaulted with the stench of death and rotting meat. Everyone must make a challenging -10 resolve test.
And that's a willpower if you don't have it.
No.
Oof. Did not make that one.
Nope.
But nice, but no, and you got. Oh, I succeeded.
So I will say that the two of you do have the ability to reroll if you would like.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Currently, this is just a 1d10 plus 1 situation. The stink here is of putrid and rotting meat. It is less about the smell and more about you connecting the pieces, right, as you kind of enter into this room. It is a dark room down here, no lights. There are 2 boys in the middle of the room, one on a wooden table with facing upward, his eyes wide, right? He is pale, and there's just like a little bit of blood dribbling from the table onto the floor. The other one, the younger one, clutching his knees and his head all kind of folded up together under the table. He's crying, but he's kind of just doing like heavy, wordless, like right. He's long since past moving hysterical fits, and instead just kind of beyond.
Well, I walk in and grab the boy.
Okay. You just pick him up.
First, well, I don't want to pick him up first. I will like get on his level
Mhm.
and be like, I'll say like, are you John? Thin?
Shock.
He just stares at you.
All right, and then I will try to pick him up.
Yeah, he just he just stays, smushed.
His brother is very clearly dead, correct?
Oh yeah, He's been exsanguinated.
I don't know what that means.
He had all his blood drank.
Well,
He's-
removed, but maybe
He's been
drank.
blooded.
He has been deblooded.
Okay. Yes. I will. Yeah, and I'll carry him up.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I would
Checking
like
out
to,
what's going on. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
I'm just saying I would like to explore this chamber and see what the hell there's going on here.
Yeah,
So you
same.
would like to spend a few minutes kind of looking around and perhaps seeding an easy +20 awareness check.
I would like to succeed at just such a check. So,
Duma,
Perception.
would you also do that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say as well.
Okay.
Hey, I did it by exactly
Oh,
one.
My
Wow.
God.
Well, you love to see it, you know?
Awareness, you said? So +20 on awareness?
Yeah. Nice. All right, so the two of you have very quickly kind of sussed out what's going on here. In the back corner of this like root cellar, there has been ground that has been consistently and repeatedly turned up with what appear to be claws. The smell, even with freshly covered dirt, is horrendous. You have the distinct feeling that there is mayhaps something under here.
Sorry, my internet picked typically amazing time to cut out. All I heard was turned over by claws.
Yeah. You believe that there is perhaps one or even multiple dead things underneath this earth in the corner of the room.
Such as ghouls.
Ghouls?
What would you like to do with that information?
Well, I suppose we gotta do some probing, some digging, and see if we can get a sense of how many. I mean, is there anything else in here? Or are there any like barrels or nothing?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be like a couple tools and whatever, right? Some exsanguination devices, some sort of bloodletting device, a bucket, of course. But
Ooh, now I kind of want to go back to that kitchen.
why?
Well, wonder if there might be some clues to be squeezed out of there.
Interesting that you mentioned that. So, Le Mans, you were going up the stairs with the child, Jack, whatever. They changed his name on me. Jack Stowe.
Yeah.
As you take the first step on the stairs, you stop, for there's this filmy liquid pouring down each of the steps, right? Just like curdled milk. The stench.
God.
Just
damn
oil. Just slick, yellow, black oil running down the steps. It's kind of unfolding from, its tapestry of human flesh. The once Livingston Hobb has fully transformed into his ghoulish state.
No.
His head kind of curls back, his mouth opens impossibly wide, a tongue darts out of it. And I have prepared a little soliloquy for him.
Should have cut the head all the way off.
As he says, in 2 or perhaps 3 different intonations, "I give easement and rest now to thee, dear man. Come not down the lanes or in our meadows, and for thy peace I pawn my own soul. Amen." And he rushes you on the stairs, shrieking like mad.
Okay.
I'm also going to go ahead and need you to make a -20 resolve check to see if you don't just go unconscious on us right up.
Oh, were Tom and I supposed to take peril damage?
Not because you passed earlier. Oh no, you did. You failed. I apologize. Yeah, you both need to take a D10 plus 1.
Okay.
But you didn't see this happen, although you will turn, if not from the smell, if anything else.
I'm going to attempt to re-roll that
Oh, okay.
because I am 2 points away from dead.
Well, unconscious.
Well, yeah. Still no good. All right. It's been nice
So-
knowing y'all.
So yeah, you take. And I really hammed it up on describing the ghoul unfolding from the skin. Did you guys like that part?
I
I
did
did.
like that part.
That's good.
You did like that part?
Like a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, like a beautiful butterfly. Okay, on the plus side, it's only 2d10 plus 2. But on the downside, that means you are unconscious regardless of what happens here.
Let's roll max damage.
Right? Okay. So you fall back unconscious, and the boy is also thrown. I am going to let you choose, my friend. You can say the ghoul starts with you because you're bigger and meatier, or you can leave it to the dice.
Let's let us leave it to the dice. I'm not a good person.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Um,
All right. High or
they
low?
removed high.
Yeah.
High.
High good
High.
things?
He starts with the kid first.
Okay. Yeah. High good things. High good things. Okay. Little Jake Stowe. Yeah. So Le Mans and Manitonqua turn, hearing something, right? A bump, and they're like, "Well, that was kind of odd." And the ghoulish form of Livingston Hobb has the child, and he just eats his whole face. Just
Oh,
takes a bite right through it like he's fucking like a caramel corn, just like one of those, you know.
Nah, if it had been Lamont, you could have said he takes a bite right out of crime.
His whole head.
You said mottos are not a thing anymore, correct?
I am letting you keep it if it's there, right? But technically, in the playtest, they no longer exist.
Okay.
Both Tom and Dan did not see them.
Okay. Yeah, because my motto is virtue is kindness is no virtue and cruelty is no vice. So I'm kind of like, well, I don't really give a crap about this kid,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I'm unconscious anyways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sacrificed him.
Sure, but you'll leave it up to a die roll.
I certainly wouldn't have harmed the child.
Beep 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 beep. Beep. So Manatonqua, we're gonna start with you.
All right.
So this is pretty bad.
Yeah, this is not great.
It's not great.
Hit him
Well,
with your magic missile.
I'm gonna, guys. I think a miracle's in order. I'm gonna hit him with the dancing arrows.
Yeah.
I draw out from my pocket a fistful of the silver arrowheads I prepare for this purpose.
Yep.
I throw the handkerchief aside, and I.
Nice. Yeah, this is cool. We've never seen this before.
I need to roll an incantation.
Yes.
Right.
So, and we're porting these rules over right now because we haven't finalized them entirely. So when you cast, what level spell is this? Generalist, common, petty,
man.
lesser,
This
advanced?
is a greater.
Absolutely no idea.
Okay.
They
cool.
they both got graders.
Okay. So when you cast the spell, it starts off at a -30 to your incantation.
Good God.
You can counter this by channeling and getting a +30. It just invites a little bit of weirdness into the world.
Yeah, sure. Weirdness is joy. Good.
Yep. Okay. So you do that.
Okay.
Okay. You then have to spend 1 coin to get an extra action to do this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It
So I
costs-
channel and then I get to do it.
Yeah, because
okay.
it costs action points to channel.
Gotcha. So I will spend the action point.
Yeah.
Spend the coin to get the action point
Yeah.
to both channel and cast.
Yes. So then you are rolling an incantation
Okay.
at straight. Just whatever your incantation is.
Okay. So that's
I like this
1,
serious look, Dan. Are you
49. Okay.
Oh, I kind of spaced out for a second
That's okay. I shrank the
I was
window
reading-
a little.
I was reading things on the,
Oh,
on the
he
screen.
does it. Okay, cool. Let's dig into exactly what it is that this
I
spell does.
strike him with a silver arrowhead, dealing 3d10 plus my will bonus and damage.
That's
In
awesome.
addition, If he fails to resist with a coordination, he drops whatever's in his hands.
He's gonna
which in this
drop
case
the kid.
is a half-eaten child.
He drops a half-eaten child.
All right.
Oh my god.
3d10 plus my willpower. Do you cast
Wild.
Do I incantation with intelligence or willpower?
I thought it was willpower, but
Okay, I rolled it with
What-
intelligence.
oh,
I
then
know.
use intelligence.
No, I
It's
have
willpower.
It is willpower.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I made the test anyway, so it don't matter. All right. +4. I hit him for 26 points of sweet magical arrowhead damage.
Man. All right, hold on. That might have literally just dropped him again. You guys the other party had to we were running really late, so I was kind of like, okay.
Pushing.
What's that?
You were kind of like pushing.
Yeah. So the first time they earned it. The second time I was like, you do it. Yeah, no, you literally take him from nothing. Like he literally starts at nothing and you just dropped him in one shot. That's crazy. I mean, that's what a
Game is
spell
easy.
does. Yeah. I think technically he might not have had enough AP to do it, but I also really like the idea of you just no.
The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous.
Yeah, it's already pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
We killed.
Jeez, look at that. Cool. So,
We fucking did it.
right? Yeah, I'm gonna scroll back up. Where'd it go?
All right.
When Livingston Hobb is rendered slain, he falls onto the ground, breathing out a last gasp of a black gas, smelling like cheap rum. There is a look of serenity upon Livingston's face as he exudes the redacted that he required in Redacted all those years ago. Characters who have experience with the occult may be able to grasp a small amount of what this is, but not the full scope of it. With the spark gone, his body becomes desiccated before their very eyes.
Yeah.
Until there's little left but clothes, skin, and bone. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna be honest though, y'all got the bad ending.
Well, yeah, he killed every NPC in the whole world.
Yeah.
Every single other character in this scenario is dead.
Oh, that's true. The 6 guys who were just walking down the road all got run over by the dirt cart.
At the end of the first round of combat, every single friendly NPC in the scenario was slain.
Great
It's like
game.
we won, but we also lost.
Yeah. it's
Listen,
true.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about killing the kid. Just saying.
Whoa, why? You thought he was cursed?
Well, no, I wasn't concerned about the curse. I was more concerned that he is scarred for life and going to become a serial killer.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, I don't know how much we would know about that in 1776.
Sure. Okay.
So
I probably would have told him to take his opium and deal with it.
I do have lots of opium on me.
it's 1776. If you haven't watched at least one of your siblings brutally murdered, then you've lived a sheltered life.
True.
I'm gonna read this aloud. If there's anything in particular you want to do, please let me know. But otherwise, I'll read the conclusion here.
Okay.
The adventure concludes, and read the following text aloud to the players. With Jack returned, nope, and Livingston Hobb dealt with, yup, a semblance of calm returns to Trenton. For the remainder of your time there, your room and board are free, your cups never empty. The carnage you witnessed at the house weighs on your mind, but so does the ever-growing cry for the rebellion coming from Boston. A few days after the ordeal, you are delivered a message sealed with red wax. The messenger who delivers it says that Henry Jones sends his regards. Inside, the letter speaks of another job in Boston. While there, you are to head to the Sign of the Maiden Tavern and ask for Philip the Short.
I want to make a quick note.
Yeah.
Before we finish, I'm burning that house down.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Finishing it. Finishing it.
And then I apologize because I went a little out of order. Did you want to finish your excavation?
Yeah, I'm still looking for that book.
Yeah, we got to do our excavation to make sure that our contact isn't down there in the fucking grave.
Yeah, because Miriam is still We haven't talked about her since we got there.
The tall redheaded corpse down there, because I kind of feel like we're gonna.
10 minutes to move the earth aside. They discover a mass grave. At the top is a dead woman drained of blood who matches the description of Miriam. Tucked in her coat, though, is an envelope with a broken wax seal. Inside are the remains of a message that's been torn, with only the word Winchester and a symbol beside it. A character can make an education test to recognize the symbol as belonging to Redacted.
Mr. Education.
Oh, Mr. Education.
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll.
It's a minus 20.
Ooh. All right.
Let's see if you get this. The other party did not.
That puts me at 29. Seems unlikely.
You have a reroll.
We do have a
I used
floating
it to
reroll.
time shenanigans.
We got a free floating reroll though.
Okay.
Oh,
That's heartbreaking.
That's absurd.
Right.
You want to reroll?
I say use the reroll. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah, no, can't hurt, right?
Yeah, I can't hurt you with it anymore. All of my things are dead. Wow.
Wow.
Well done.
You towed both sides of the line there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So the symbol, which I think there's an art somewhere that I'll have to dig out for you, but this is secret because the other group does not know this. It belongs to the Freemasons.
The Freemasons. Those damn.
Dun dun dun.
Cool. All right. You guys did it. Thank you so much for helping out with the playtest and making this happen. We went almost an hour longer than I expected, but hey, we had a good time with it.
So observations.
Yeah.
We had to basically hack in an entire system for spellcasting.
Yeah. I mean, that's known because it's just not ready yet.
Right.
It made rolling 2 mages feel
that's fair.
not useful.
That's fair.
We also had like we just lost initiative and like the NPCs we needed to talk to just died. Like they were killed literally at the top of the initiative.
Sure.
Before anyone could do it.
But isn't Zweihander also known for just being super deadly anyways?
It is.
Fine.
I think I think that losing the first guy there, whatever his name was, Stacy, is not a big deal, but it starts the combat with Calvin grievously injured, so like almost anything drops him. And I get it, but yeah, I agree. So I tried to like I was trying to set everything up for Hob to die so then he could turn into the ghoul. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's the payoff.
Right, yeah.
Especially the bit where you go up the stairs and just like because we killed him in the stairwell, so having all the goo just like dripping down the stairs, great. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Bit of corpse slime, can't beat it.
Right.
Can't beat the corpse slime. Love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. So the first time we did it, Hob, it does not accompany you. You just find him out on the road. And I knew the players were going to be very suspicious of it. So I told them I was rolling a random encounter and faked that he was the random encounter. And then they were still extremely suspicious the whole time. And I think that's why the changes happened. Because like literally the game started and Tom goes, "Oh, ghouls." Like that was the first word out of your mouth when the game started. And I was like, all right, I have to spend the whole time convincing him it's anything but ghouls.
What was it that initially got me onto ghouls? I
think I called it Sin Eater.
Oh, I was like, oh, this is a ghoul scenario. Cool.
Yeah.
That's me being a metagaming fuck. Like that doesn't have anything to do with anything. That's just I've played Delta Green and I'm like, oh, okay, ghouls.
That's like every gamer in the world is just gonna. So that was, and I think that's kind of why they changed it. So it turns out we're the only group that's gone through this so far. So I've done it twice now. And so I think that I have to imagine because they watched the video and then made changes. I think that they saw the couple like pivots I made to try and make Hobbs seem very. And to my credit, and to the players' credit, they were willing to believe, just like you guys were, that like he's weird, but he's not necessarily the bad guy, right?
Who's the weird old woman? There's
just literally a rumor, just nothing.
Nothing.
Just a red
Just
herring.
nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's also a rumor that says, "Oh, I heard Boston has ghouls that eat flesh." Like, I'm never gonna say that. I'm not gonna tell the characters that.
But we're also in Trenton, not Boston.
Yeah, but the players are gonna be like, "I know."
So other than character setup, is there anything that we can like accomplish in the tavern? Like, is there any way that we can like? Is there anything that happens there that isn't just like, and then the plot shows up?
Not really.
You know?
It's just you can theoretically get a couple like if you were gonna do a whole storyline, it would be good because there's like 4 or 5 rebellion hints. But yeah, like me as a DM am never gonna tell you there's ghouls that eat people's flesh because that's the whole setting. Like PCs are already suspicious spooked animals. I'm never gonna tell them ghouls are eating people. I'll tell them an herbalist's out in the woods. That's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so the whole thing, I don't know, it was kind of confusing to me that Calvin wasn't like the enemy to some degree because I feel like even Stacy was suspicious of him. Like his story never really added up to me.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Yeah. What was the deal with that?
It does
Was he
not
just
have it does not have an answer for me. So initially, the module said he's innocent, he's good, but the player in our first playthrough, the players did not trust him up until Hob showed up. Then they didn't trust Hob, and they were suddenly on Team Calvin.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
I
quite
personally-
trust Hob when he showed up because he showed up with his dog like off the leash,
Yeah.
just very conveniently.
So
Yeah,
here's the thing. So the setup did a good job of making us not trust.
yeah,
I can't fucking remember anyone's name. Cartman.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I actually really like that change. I think it's way smarter.
Yeah, no, I like that he is unreliable, and that if we had
just
been
need
a
to
little
know
less
why.
credulous, we would have been fine with Quaker Man being weird.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, we just literally need to know why is all.
Yeah, like why is he being like this?
Mhm.
Why is this?
I wanted to play the module straight, but I actually plan on. I mean, Dan's gonna watch this, and I'm still recording this part because I think this is really good feedback. As long as you guys are okay with that.
Yeah,
But
that's
I think that we're given constructive feedback. I actually really wanted to suggest a person in town, or another traveler shows up, and talks about Hob walking his dog, and I think that will totally make it not weird.
Yeah, because there was a point where I'm just like, all right, how long has he had this dog? Like, does the dog howl? I don't know. I was like drawing all these correlations to like, is the dog the enemy?
Yeah, like so not Hob comes with you from wherever you're traveling, but simply you start at the tavern, a traveler shows up, or a traveler's on there was like, yeah, I just came up, blah blah blah. There's just an old man out there walking, right? Like I don't know how to exactly frame it, but I think something that establishes the players expect to see Hob there and it's not weird, and then you throw all the suspicion on Calvin, and I think that totally works.
To be clear, like that, the house that we went to, that's just Hobbs' house, right?
Correct. He just won't tell you because he's a ghoul and
Right.
he's kidnapped the kids.
But then how does? Okay, now I'm really confused. That fact really confuses me because we have this guy, the tavern owner, with us. Why isn't he like, oh, this is Hobbs' house? The guy who lives in town.
Sure.
Like,
That's
like
fair.
why does he not Why does he not know that this is his fucking house?
That's fair. I may have
Well-
put too much on the tavern owner knowing him, but it does say somewhere that he knows Hob, because he specifically does not trust Calvin.
Like he
But
doesn't recognize that this is his
Yeah.
house.
That's
That's
fair.
really bizarre. That's
that's
really
fair.
fucking weird.
Well, maybe he just doesn't know where he lives. He just like lives in town. He's a
Yeah, it's a
he's
guy who
Quaker,
frequents
right?
town.
Yeah. I think it's even maybe just don't make it Hobbs' house. Make it just a barn.
An
Just say,
abandoned house.
Just an
Yeah.
abandoned house. Because who cares
Hey,
where you store the
whatever.
kid? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
I think
that.
they made the jump like to the opposite extreme. Like in the first game, it sounds like Hobbs was not familiar enough.
Yeah.
In this one, he's almost too familiar because like I don't know. I feel like something would have been suspicious. Like, why would we have accompanied this ghoul all the way from wherever the hell we came from?
Mhm.
What's the ghoul doing way out there
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
his
so-
like romping ground is very clearly here?
Right. Yeah. So he went to Oxford in 1697. So he's over 100 years old.
Cool.
He is also a sin eater, which I did not get to play up as much, because I was trying to make him religious but not be super weird, just to see how the module and how the players behaved with him. Like, and it stinks because I did really like Tristan was the sin eater. Somehow we had a sin eater in both games. In the adventure called Sin Eater, and
Nice.
and we were like talking about it, and like Hobbs like told Josh, he's like, I can smell the sin on you. And Josh is like, I'm not very faithful, and he's like, let me eat it. And Josh is like, I'm good. And Hobbs like grabs him and is like, I insist. And it was like mad creepy about it. And I liked that interaction. I want Hobbs to be creepy, but I want him to be creepy one-on-one, where if somebody points a blame at him later, it's like, he's an old man.
Yeah. I think the only other
Okay.
thing that I would really want to see like shored up a little bit is like, why isn't Calvin's story ever straight?
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
what makes that make sense? He doesn't ever seem like he is that panicked other than our initial kind of interaction with him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like his story just keeps changing, but without any sense of like
Sure.
Like why did he say
Maybe.
like where does
Well, Irish Wolfhound.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Maybe he comes to town drunk, and that's why he can't
So
keep his story straight.
yeah,
Or maybe high on opium.
I ruled it internally as he was feeling extremely guilty for failing his boys, but I didn't have anything to like lean up against in the story, just that his story is inconsistent. So I actually really liked what you had said, Devin. Just like, you know, you're a coward, you abandon, or no, maybe it was Tom. Somebody called him a coward for abandoning.
Oh,
his
yeah,
son.
I did. Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck
your-
it. That's the thing. He's a coward, and he's not ready to deal with that. So he's going to keep lying until the kids are safe or until it's somebody else's fault.
So he's just trying to make his part of the story sound more heroic. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I decided because I had to in the moment.
I also his dog evaporated during the combat.
Yeah, that's my bad. I
Like
lost
we got
track
into
of
a
the
knife
dog.
fight. Oh, that's fine. That happens to me all the fucking
Was
time.
the dog supposed to fight us?
Yeah, but I haven't had him fight in either one because like both combats, both times, no one ever did anything to the dog. I'm like, I don't like that. It talks about the dog not necessarily being cool with Hob being creepy, and I'm like, I think this dog's just stuck. Like for me, the whole story is about freeing this dog from an oppressive owner. Amanda
I'm behind
actually
that.
owns the dog in the other game. She just took it. She hit 2 crit successes with Handle Animal.
In a row?
Yeah. I mean, not like one and then the next, but one and then an hour later she did it again and also crit successed.
Damn. Well, because like, let's talk about the D100 system, because you can crit success on a natural one,
Yeah.
and then
Any
and
matched
then on
double
like
that's
and any
successes.
matched number.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means, I mean, you can crit success fairly often in this system, which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's like a little over 10%, I think.
Well,
Alternatively, it means I also like that it means you're much more likely to crit fail on a roll that you're not trained on,
Yeah.
which means that,
True.
like you try and just like, oh, I'll do it, I'll give it a try, sure. It's like you're not just like more likely to fail, but you're more likely to just make things way worse,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, I explain how the crit successes work like, on a 1 or 100.
So
But what else?
anytime you get doubles, it's a critical.
Yeah.
So like,
I see.
you roll
When
an
you said
11,
matched number, I thought you meant
11,
like when it matches
22,
the target.
33.
yeah.
Okay.
No, when you get doubles, it's a critical whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a success, crit success.
Right. Yeah, and then like you were saying, the flip to fail I also find very flip to succeed, flip to fail. Usually it's flip to fail is extremely inventive. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It is relentlessly punishing. You're like, I got an 18. You're like, well, it fails. 81, baby.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the part of me that has played a bunch of Death Watch and the 40K RPG, where I'm like, well, I want to do, if I roll better than what I need to get, I want to be more successful.
Yeah.
But like, you can't really do that with how they're doing critical successes, because it's like, hey, you do really well on 11, but then you also succeed.
I don't know.
Your target number is like 50.
Personally,
and
I think
plus
it's
four
fine.
This
successes.
feels like a game about barely scrabbling by.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with it just being like success or you fuck up real bad. Like I'm cool with it feeling like a sort of a desperate scramble.
Yeah. It's very desperate.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. I have to be in early tomorrow,
right.
so I'm gonna run. But once
Okay.
again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No
Yeah,
problem.
that's cool.
I'm gonna fire off the video to Daniel and company tomorrow, and I'll let you know what we hear back.
And he's gonna say, "You didn't roll for coins." Probably. Right?
He's probably, yeah. I mean, if he want, I did a lot of things wrong, man. But it's playtest. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for getting through the module twice and having a good time, and
Yeah.
making ghoul slime.
This is perfect timing. Desmond just woke up.
Delicious
Nice.
cool.
Delicious ghoul slime. Thank you guys.
Have a good
See
night.
ya.
No problem. See ya.